too. It can work. It can work. It can mean something. Different appreciation for where you are and a different appreciation from the team. Teams see the warts in players more than anyone, and maybe the Dodgers saw that. It got stale, and it can work out, and it certainly has worked out for him. But health was number one because he got back to the swing that he always had.
Jesse, I'm just going to change focus a little bit. Owen Casey is a kid from Burlington, Ontario, one of the Cubs' top prospects. What are expectations for him next year?
AAA, and once you're there, there's always that chance of moving up and making your debut. But I would say a solid year at AAA would be in order. I don't know if he'll start the season there or be there in short order, but they have high hopes for him. I think there's a big trade in the Cubs making at some point in the next 12 months as well. I'm not saying he'd be involved, but you have to consider any prospect when you're thinking about trades. I know the Cubs are as desperate for left-handed hitting as anyone, so I think he probably has a place. But I think he's finally going to make it to AAA, and at that point you could be knocking on the door of the major leagues.
Jesse, really good of you to join us today. Thanks so much, man. Be well.
Thanks a lot.
You got it. You too. Enjoy the stretch run. Talk
Thank
to you
you.
soon.
Absolutely. Jesse Rogers is ESPN's national MLB reporter. Yeah, Owen Casey's quietly creeping up in some of the top prospects list.
Yep.
And yeah, it's look, it's going to be an interesting offseason for a couple of Canadian-born outfielders. Tyler O'Neill in St. Louis. Mm-hmm. St. Louis they've got to have a rethink about how they're going about doing things. And Pete Crow Armstrong has been called up by the Cubs, and he's their top prospect. And Owen Casey is behind him. It'd be interesting to see what ends up happening with those two kids.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta look. It's sort of a process, man. Those are hard words. That's a hard word to say. Like we hear that because we're around that slot, me and you, and we hear that word a ton. Like it's just so. Look, they talk about that a little bit more than they talked about that when I was a player. That I think I don't want to be the old guy on the lawn kind of thing. But hopefully with the process and what it takes, and I don't even know do you even know what that is anymore? Like what's a kid have to do to show you he's a big leaguer anymore? Right? When I played, it was basically go and hit 25 homers or go to the different level and show us that you can drive in runs.
You know what I think?
They had that sort of, so I don't even know what the process is anymore.
You know what
because
I think
a lot of the times they don't even play a ton in those leagues. So
yeah, I think a lot of the times the process depends on the needs of the team. It is interesting how
when it's your time kind of thing.
Well,
yeah, sort of.
We've talked a lot about it this year. Look at teams that are contending this year and how quickly they've brought up young guys.
Sure.
Yeah. Look at the Orioles. Cincinnati. I really think, and I'm like you, when I hear the word process, my eyes just kind of glaze over, and it makes me want to call a 1-800 number and order some steak knives.
Absolutely.
But I think the process depends on what your team's needs are.
Yeah.
Right? You could talk about process all you want, but if a dude comes along and is so good and is raking, screw the process.
Yeah, those are different parts of it. Those are far and few between. It's like the one that's on the fringe. Are they? Are they not? Like you sort of don't know what are you looking for now, right? It's not you have to go to this level. You're here for a certain amount of games. Like, and if we don't see what we like from here, we're going to send you back. Like me. Well, I had a really good year in AA. They sent me back to AA.
I keep thinking to, I think it was an article, either Ben or Arden wrote this in spring training, but it was about how the Jays track swing decisions at every level, and they keep a swing decision scorecard.
It's a chart.
It's a
the
chart.
Big leaguers do that too in spring training.
It's done, and you can see where you rank within the whole organization. That's why I keep talking about prospect rankings and all that. It's the information and the way teams look at particular players in particular situations. I mean, we just don't know, but it is remarkable how every now and then we got an opening. This dude's raking at AA. Let's get him up here.
Yeah.
Teams will still do that. Teams will still
Well, it's almost like they don't want to waste the A swings as much in the minor leagues as they did when I played. Yeah. Like you had to show the A swing in the minor leagues a lot for that guy. I mean, Cecil Cooper used to come all the time to my games and be like this consistently, used to tell me this, like, this is not good enough here. We'd like to see you doing more in certain situations.
Well, what was it? Was it okay? Did they say to, when he talked to you? Did he say we'd like to see you?
Well, it's more the breaking ball. That was what it was.
So
right?
it wasn't like we'd like to see you hit more doubles.
Yeah, you couldn't throw it hard enough to throw it by me when I was young. So that was never an issue for me. It was the breaking ball. It was plate awareness. Like those were the two sort of things that, it's not okay for you to strike out 120 times in the minor leagues. And I did. I had to figure out ways to, let a curveball travel a little bit more and maybe fight that off of 2 strikes to get a fastball in, that kind of thing. And the more you hear it from, the person that is, deciding whether you're going to the big leagues or not, hey, you better figure it out. So that's all. That's just the process. That word process is, because we heard it here a lot with the GM here that is with the Blue Jays, and we hear it a lot in baseball, and it's just odd that right? That's all they talk about is what I'm saying. And there's a lot more for me anyway that goes into it. And I just don't know what the deciding factor is for when you call a guy up or when you leave a guy down. Or
what do you think happens in that National League wild card? Like I have a hard time buying in on the Cubs. I don't know why. I
think the Diamondbacks are playing with house money. For whatever reason, it feels like the Cubbies have more pressure on them.
Yeah.
That would almost tell you that it's the Diamondbacks.
Like when you saw the reaction to Suzuki, the misplay of that ball, that really kind of had a.
That's hard to overcome.
Daggerish feeling.
I mean, you got a decent lead against a really good team. You're expected basically to close that out, come back tomorrow, and you're sitting pretty, right, where you're at in the standings. And now you're not. And do you start looking more who's behind you than who's in front of you that you're playing that day? I don't know. David Ross, is he good enough? Everybody, I play with David. He's a very good man. He's very soft-spoken. He's very easy to communicate with, right? It's and I think that's a big deal in today's game is you got to be okay with a player walking by and actually having conversation with a manager, which is.
I want to see I'd like to see the Marlins get in just because I picked them to go into the postseason, but I don't know that I have to admit I've caught a couple of Diamondbacks games. They are fun to watch. Corbin Carroll's fun.
He's a good player.
He's fun.
How good he is, huh?
Well, we'll see.
Yet to be seen. Yeah. But he's got all the skills. It's like that consistent, right? You got a little weakness. You take care of that weakness. And then they start attacking something else to see if that's a weakness. And then that becomes a weakness. And now, right, you're still trying to hit your weakness that you had before and trying to cover or lay off of that. It's sort of like Davis. Like you get sort of one taken care of, they attack something else. And everybody goes through it. It's very hard it's not hard getting to the big leagues. It's hard staying in the big leagues. And that's the thing, right? It's these really good young players. It's a oh boy, I almost said it again.
You did. It's a process. 1-800. It's a process.
They have done something to me.
You sure it's them or me?
Well, that's a given. I have people texting me saying you're right, which
family members
never. Yeah.
Well,
I'm very offended by that.
This gets back to the Romano thing. I don't know what I'm right about because I didn't say anything. I just pointed something out. I didn't come out and say that Jordan Hicks should be closing or Chad Green should be closing. I don't
know. A lot of the times is when you start talking about a team being in the World Series, you expect that team to be perfect. And when it's not, you want to point the finger at little things all throughout the year. And they're human beings. Occasionally they're going to throw balls down the middle. It's just the way it is. Man.
Philly's the only team that can beat the Braves, right?
I would think so. Maybe the Astros. Astros have had to work really hard to get in. If they get in, which they may not, if they lose tonight, they got to sweep the Diamondbacks. That ain't going to be easy to do. Now, they play really good on the road, but they ain't got – their pitching that they will have to throw against the Diamondbacks is their worst pitching.
Who would have thought at the start of the year that a Diamondbacks
How about that?
Astros series to wrap up the season could be the biggest or one of the biggest series at the end of the year.
Absolutely.
That's hilarious.
I just think because of the lineup that the Astros have is they can match up against the Braves, right? It's sort of they can win the 10-9 game, which the other teams I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was
who could do that.
It was kind of I have to admit, I thought when Verlander shoved the other night, I thought that was the nail in the coffin for the Mariners. I really did. I just thought, okay, this thing is setting up. And then I watched last night's game, and it just gets back to it's pitching, man. As long as you've got a dude on the mound who's good,
unless you have the lineup that the Rangers have, and you get your cleanup hitter back, and now you sort of got your 5 or 6 deep instead of 2 or 3 deep. I mean, it's a giant deal, right? So
it's
they're the one team I think too that offensively, pitching wise, boy, they are not good, and Boch is. He's thrown it against the wall trying to figure it out.
I'll tell you what, though, when you look at that lineup, you get down to the bottom of that lineup and you start thinking that, again, we've talked about Evan Carter a little bit. He's kind of come on the scene. That is I'll tell you what, I'm not one of these guys that will generally say, it's sad that ...
Yeah.
But when I see that lineup, if their pitching staff was completely healthy, oh, my goodness, that would be a good team.
What happens is when you face the Braves, they get after you so early in the game that it basically eliminates your good pitching, or your good lineup that you may have, right? If you're down 5-0, now it eliminates you having the at-bats that you would normally have. Now you're walking to the plate. You may take a pitch that normally you might hit for a homer, right? So it's sort of that carryover effect of how do I have that at bat, right? So, I don't know. It just seems like the Braves are way more better than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. I mean, they got a little something for everybody.
Yeah, it's that would be a fun series.
Who?
Braves and Phillies would be fun. It would be fun.
I mean, that National League thing, right? It's sort of starting to line up that way.
Yeah,
you sort of got heavyweights, and those are the 2 heavyweights. And the Dodgers. I mean, you got the 2 Hall of Famers back to back in the lineup, and then you got their rotation. Which does that scare you? I'm not sure. But it's the Dodgers. They've been there and done it before. So it's some intriguing things, but I just don't know how you could ever bet against the Braves.
Yeah,
they're just good.
Again, it's always dangerous. The Dodgers have the pedigree and all that, but you just watch the Braves for an inning. And, someone made this comment to me the other day about, we were talking about it, and it's true. Watch the Braves for an inning.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen offensively.
Yeah. It's
just watch them.
Their closer, that's the one little issue, right, is if Iglesias has a hiccup early in the playoffs, what do they do?
Yeah.
Do they eliminate him? Do they not pitch? How about me talking about closers? Do they do that? Because it's World Series or bust for the Braves. So, it'd be interesting.
7:07 is the first pitch. That is 13 minutes away. Lucky number 13 minutes away. On Sportsnet 590, The Fan and Sportsnet. Guaranteed win night. Jose Barrios against Garrett Cole. The Jays looking to even this 3-game series. So, help them out.
Yeah. Cheer loud.
Cheer loud.
Wow. Stand up in your seat.
Take the hot dogs out of your mouth. Get off your iPhones. Make some noise.
From the City News 680 Traffic Center, I'm Carling Donahue, and this report is brought to you by KFC. On the southbound DVP approaching Don Mills, we have a collision in the left-hand lane. It is causing delays from south of Steeles. If you're traveling on the eastbound 401, issues east of Dixie have just cleared, but we still have delays from Dixie to the DVP. And eastbound 403 approaching Mavis, right lane blocked with a collision. Tuesdays is finally back at KFC. Get 2 pieces of original recipe seasoned dark meat or tenders for only $2.99 only on Tuesdays.
Do more in a reliable Subaru, they said. Enjoy more time together to go more places with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive, they said. More award-winning safety for more peace of mind, but to listen to one song over and over again with fantastic acoustics. I love you, family, but the singing, nobody warned me about the singing.
Hurry to your local Subaru dealer and get more out of every kilometer this fall, including more karaoke.
Hair loss is a problem that affects many men, diminishing self-confidence and self-esteem. But as the number of treatment options increase, it's hard to know where to turn for the best advice, proper training, and patient safety. The Toronto Hair Transplant Clinic is a recognized leader in hair transplant procedures. We align with stringent Canadian healthcare regulations and deliver consistently amazing results. Learn more at tohairtransplant.com. Mastering hair restoration. We're in a league of our own.
Have you ever mixed up the bear spray with the bug spray? Or taken the scenic route by accident?
Hello?
If you have, then you should have gone to Specsavers and gotten free progressive lenses with glasses from $149. They combine near and far vision in one pair, so you'll see more clearly at any distance. Book an eye exam today at specsavers.ca. That's expert eye care for all. Includes 1.5 standard progressive lenses subject to suitability. Cannot be used with other offers. Conditions apply. Visit specsavers.ca.
Thinking about investing? Need insurance advice? Cooperators can help. So if you need maybe we should redo the kitchen investment plan, or wait, I wonder what's in the walls insurance plan. We do both. Cooperators. Investing in your future together. Mutual funds and related investment products are offered through Cooperators Financial Investment Services, Inc. Terms and conditions apply.
At Lexus of Oakville, our motto is anyone can sell a car. Very few can deliver a Lexus. Because it's true. It's also true that anyone can make an SUV. Very few can make the perfect SUV. Introducing 5th generation Lexus RX, our latest advancement in SUV perfection. A dramatic step up in efficiency, luxury, handling, technology, and safety. Come see the all-new 2023 RX at Lexus of Oakville, starting at $61,275 plus HST and licensing. Even the price is perfection.
The next Lotto 649 Gold Ball jackpot is gigantic. It's a record-breaking $68 million. And you could win the classic $5 million jackpot. That's 2 jackpots on every Lotto 649 ticket. Just imagine the possibilities if you won the record-breaking $68 million Gold Ball jackpot. Buy in store today or at olg.ca.
Let's face it, there's no best time for your furnace to break down. There is, however, a worse time, and that would be when the cold weather hits. But by planning ahead, you could avoid the worst-case scenario and save $1,200. With Reliance Home Comfort's Early Bird Sale, when you upgrade to a featured furnace, you get $1,200 off your purchase. Our sale won't last long, so don't wait for winter to tell you it's time to upgrade your furnace. And call on Reliance. Conditions apply. Savings off regular price. See website for details.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you ordered a new air filter for your car. You try to install it, but it doesn't fit. So you take a little bit off the sides. Well, still doesn't fit? Well, you could try to sit on it. Or just go to eBay Motors and get it right the first time. When you see the green check, you know that part's going to fit. Air filters, brakes, headlights. eBay Motors has millions of parts. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride.
Statistics show that 50% of men in Canada suffer from some level of erectile dysfunction and hormone imbalance, like low testosterone. You're not alone, and you don't have to live like this. Sovereign Male is a discreet, guy-centered clinic that offers advanced procedures for wellness and enhancement. Take back your future and perform as the man you know you are with a little help from Sovereign Male. Book a consultation today at sovereignmale.ca. Your life upgraded. Sovereign Male makes it happen.
CJCL Toronto. This.
It's carrying well, and it is gone.
Is Toronto Blue Jays baseball.
Swinging on this. He struck him out with a fastball to finish the ball game.
On the Sportsnet Radio Network.
From Rogers Center in downtown Toronto, the final homestand of the regular season continues with Game 2 between the New York Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays. Once again, it's a pleasure to bring you to the broadcast booth. I'm Ben Wagner, next to the co-host of At the Letters podcast, Arden Zwelling. Show Ali's at Baseball Control. And behind the scenes, Drew Adams and Tom Young will help bring you the broadcast. Well, the Blue Jays are certainly hoping the bats will wake up in round 2 with New York. Blue Jays were limited to just 3 singles last night and blank for the 10th time this season. They need to get it on track because every win matters as they continue their march towards the postseason. Blue Jays baseball is being brought to you by Crown Rust Protection. While the team makes its push for the postseason, make sure you're prepping your ride for cold weather with Crown, Canada's #1 rust protection. Book your appointment today at crown.com or visit the location nearest you. Good pitching matchup on the docket tonight here in downtown Toronto. With the roof closed, it'll be Jose Barrios heading to the clean mound against the best in the AL this season, Garrett Cole, in his final tune-up ahead of the Cy Young Award in his contender. It's Blue Jays and it's the Yankees, and it's coming up for you through the new Sportsnet app and over the Sportsnet radio network.
Hi, Chicago. I'm Brian Cranston.
And I'm Aaron Paul at Benny's Beverage Depot.
Try our Dos Hombres Mezcal made from hand-selected agave in a small village in Oaxaca, Mexico.
Get it at Benny's with all of your favorites.
And if you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Cheers.
When you want to bet on sports, played on a field or ice or course,
Bet Rivers is the place.
Over, under, money lines, same game parlays, it's all fine.
We'll put a smile on your face.
Bet Rivers Sportsbook is your home for chance, where you can bet on the sports you love. Bet Rivers Sportsbook. Download the app.
Take a chance.
Must be 21 plus. Available in Illinois only. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss the excitement this winter at Purcell Pavilion and Compton Family Ice Arena. Season tickets are on sale now for Notre Dame hockey, men's and women's basketball games for the 2023-24 season. Also, don't miss Notre Dame football's regular season finale against Wake Forest on Saturday, November 18th. It's the last opportunity to catch the Irish at home inside Notre Dame Stadium this season. Tickets to all Fighting Irish home contests are available at fightingirish.com/buy tickets.
Proven Winners Color Choice shrubs are the landscaping plants that have been trialed and tested by expert horticulturists to ensure your success. Whether you're looking for the hottest hydrangea, a reblooming rose, or an elegant evergreen, you can count on the shrubs in the white containers for easy care curb appeal for years to come. There's still plenty of time to improve your landscape this season, so head to your favorite local garden center and ask for Proven Winners Color Choice flowering shrubs.
You've heard of Frog Tog's chili pads, but did you know Frog Tog's also carries a variety of versatile, high-performance rain suits, footwear, bags, accessories, and more? With Frog Tog's, you'll find everything you need to stay bone dry and focused on the task at hand, whatever that may be. Season after season, Frog Tog's has you covered for all your outdoor activities. So get ready to take on the elements in style and visit frogtogs.com today. That's frog with 2 G's, togs with 2 G's.com.
Think in the box, just to do what I know how to do. I have a lot of faith in the guys up behind me. So the only thing I'm really honestly trying to do is just get to first base and, let the big guys eat behind me. This is just a fun time to play. We're obviously right in the middle of it. You have to enjoy the moment. You have to slow down and just breathe and have fun. And it's fun to be here. It's a good spot to be in, but obviously, the job's not done.
I'll tell you what, if George Springer is giving advice to how to play in September, I'm taking that advice. George Springer has a knack for performing in the clutch in the month of September, and usually that performance leads to a lot of success when the games matter the most in the month of October. That's the Blue Jays leadoff man, George Springer, who comes in 10 for his last 36 at the plate, knowing that you have to relax, you have to have fun, and when you are able to combine all those things, maybe a little bit of winning along the way will happen. And the Blue Jays are certainly watching that scoreboard, knowing that the Mariners and the Astros will match up later on tonight. Texas involved in a big series with the Los Angeles Angels, and there's a little bit of hardware on the line for the Baltimore Orioles tonight. They can sew up the American League Eastern Division. So there's plenty happening. Plus, Jose Barrios and Garrett Cole on the mound here at Rogers Center tonight. Welcome to the broadcast booth with the co-host of At the Letters podcast, Art Zwelling. I'm Ben Wagner. We are indoors tonight. Rogers Center is buttoned up. Temperatures have a little bit of a chill on them, and it is very windy, we're told, outside the building over the last couple of hours, so we are choosing to keep the roof closed tonight. Arden, roof open, roof closed, doesn't matter. The Blue Jays are searching for 3 and, best case scenario, 4 wins over their final 5 games of the regular season.
Yeah, and they're searching for a run, which would be one more than they had yesterday, and that is not going to be easy against Garrett Cole. As you said, he is having a Cy Young caliber season. This is going to be his final start of that campaign. He's already at 200 innings. We'll see how far beyond that he can push himself. Last time the Blue Jays saw Garrett Cole was just last Thursday. He went 8 strong, allowed only a run on 2 hits, struck out 9, did not walk 1. Jose Barrios also started on that day, over 5 2/3, 7 hits, 4 earned. He struck out 6, gave up a home run. Blue Jays are going to look for better from Barrios this time out, and they're going to look to do more damage against Cole as well.
Damage hasn't come very often against Garrett Cole, especially this season. The Blue Jays only scoring 1 earned run over 19 2/3 against the power right-hander of the New York Yankees across 3 starts against the Blue Jays this season. Jose Barrios bolts onto the field of play just behind Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and the Blue Jays in their home ice-white uniform start to sprinkle out on the field ahead of today's first pitch. Jose Barrios recently has been burned by the long ball. He made 1 mistake in his last outing against the New York Yankees, and that teed up a victory for New York. Are you concerned about pitch execution from Jose Barrios down the stretch as he continues to churn through innings and log start after start?
Well, it's been interesting to see him adapt as the season's gone on. He's become much more sinker heavy of late rather than using the 4-seamer, and also a lot of slurves lately, really diminishing the use of the changeup. That's really the bread and butter that got Jose Barrios to this level and what he used to establish himself as a very durable and consistent starting pitcher with the Minnesota Twins. He was a lot more balanced earlier this year, but I think that throughout the summer months found that the changeup was getting tattooed, found that the 4-seamer was being left in some very hittable locations. So he's really just gone back to that sinker and slurve. If he has them working, if he's locating them consistently to either side and down in the zone, he can be effective on both sides of the plate. But he's going to have to do it against Aaron Judge back in the lineup. Blue Jays weren't fortunate enough to get 2 consecutive days off for Judge.
Aaron Judge still nursing a sore toe. Aaron Boone said he doesn't need surgery on that toe during the offseason, but they will be very cautious on how much he plays here in Toronto. Before our first pitch today, let's have a look at the Bet365 standings. Download the Bet365 app and check out the latest odds for today's baseball games. 19 plus, play responsibly, Ontario only. Games of note include the Astros and the Mariners later on tonight. A massive game in Seattle for the rubber match of that playoffs implicating series. Bryce Miller will start for the M's against Framber Valdez, just 7 strikeouts away from 200. So we will watch that and pass it along as the night goes on. All right, ready for baseball here in downtown Toronto. DJ LeMahieu stares out. Jose Barrios deals, and a first pitch sinker in there for a called strike 1. And with that, away we go. Indoors at Rogers Center. The roof is closed. 8 minutes after 7 o'clock Eastern. Very comfortable at 20 Celsius, 68 Fahrenheit. 0-1. Fastball a little low on LeMahieu, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Temperatures nearly identical outside as they are inside. We check in 18 Celsius, 64 Fahrenheit. But again, very, very breezy conditions. 1-1. Bounding ball on the left side towards the hole. Backhanded pickup by Bichette onto first in time. And LeMahieu bounces out. And there's 1 down here in this first inning. Another challenging play by Bo Bichette. Didn't get a lot on the throw, but realized he didn't need to get a lot on the throw. That really speaks to the clock we've seen really mature for Bo Bichette defensively this year.
Yeah, he's been so much more consistent in just staying within himself at shortstop, really just flowing through those defensive plays, understanding his clock and his timing, a lot more accurate with his throws to first base as a result of that.
Jose Barrios faces Aaron Judge, and a slurve down and away for ball 1. Out of the lineup last night for New York. Brings 35 home runs to the plate. The 1-0. Fastball on the outside corner called strike, evens the count on Judge, who's 9 for 25 against Jose Barrios. 4 home runs this season head-to-head for Judge against the Blue Jays. Swings and misses at the 1-1. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 year ago today, Aaron Judge was in the afterglow of matching Roger Maris and 61 home runs to tie and eventually then set an American League home run single-season record. Slurve from Barrios. Check swing by Judge on the appeal to first. Stu Sherwater said he didn't go around. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Barrios in the 2-2. A fastball on the outside corner, strike 3. First strikeout of the night for Jose Barrios, and there's 2 down.
Bit of a generous strike call there from Bruce Druckmann, if we're being honest. Don't know how Aaron Boone is going to feel about that one, but must be said, Alejandro Kirk is just such a subtle receiver behind the plate, does a great job of presenting pitches, particularly ones like this one to Judge, which really was about a ball width off the outside edge curve. Kirk did a great job of vacuuming it into the zone.
Gleyber Torres gets a fastball in the identical spot. He starts in the hole with strike 1.
Kirk's so quiet in the way that he receives pitches, Ben.
You know, and he does such a great job staying low and giving the umpire such a great vantage point, too. The 0-1 line out a play off to the right. No balls and 2 strikes. And if Alejandro Kirk is in search of a hype man that's outside the building, look no further than last week in New York, where Aaron Boone came out arguing balls and strikes and credited Alejandro Kirk for his own frustration. No balls and 2 strikes on Torres. The pitch down in the dirt, and it's 1-2 on the third hitter of the game. Aaron Boone came out, contested balls and strikes, eventually got the heave-ho, but he credited Alejandro Kirk through the first 2 innings for having a great night. And a great night is on the receiving, right? The receiving, that quietness, guiding the ball back over inside and outside corners. Two out, nobody on. 1-2. Soft fly ball out to right center field into the alley. Springer extends the bare hand. He's there, makes the play. Torres retired, and the Yankees turned aside 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Blue Jays coming to the dish right after this with Blue Jays baseball, brought to you by Crown Rust Protection. Streaming at sportsnet.ca and over the Sportsnet Radio Network.
When a lion's hungry, he is.
We enter every battle.
Hi, William H. Macy here. What's a visit to Chicago without a stop at Benny's Beverage Depot? I've learned a lot of lines in my career, but one of the truest is, if you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
When you wanna bet on sports, played on a field or ice or courts,
Bet Rivers is the place.
over, under, money line, same game parlays, it's all fine.
We'll put a smile on your face.
Bet Rivers Sportsbook is your home for chance, where you can bet on the sports you love. Bet Rivers Sportsbook. Download the app.
Take a chance.
Must be 21 plus. Available in Illinois only. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss the excitement this winter at Purcell Pavilion and Compton Family Ice Arena. Season tickets are on sale now for Notre Dame hockey, men's and women's basketball games for the 2023-24 season. Also, don't miss Notre Dame football's regular season finale against Wake Forest on Saturday, November 18th. It's the last opportunity to catch the Irish at home inside Notre Dame Stadium this season. Tickets to all Fighting Irish home contests are available at fightingirish.com/buy tickets.
Proven Winners Color Choice shrubs are the landscaping plants that have been trialed and tested by expert horticulturists to ensure your success. Whether you're looking for the hottest hydrangea, a reblooming rose, or an elegant evergreen, you can count on the shrubs in the white containers for easy care curb appeal for years to come. There's still plenty of time to improve your landscape this season, so head to your favorite local garden center and ask for Proven Winners Color Choice flowering shrubs.
No score after our first half inning of play indoors at Rogers Center tonight. Blue Jays have a tough customer as their opponent. Garrett Cole in his final start of the regular season. Faces George Springer leading it off. The right-hander's first pitch swung and fouled back for strike one. Garrett Cole is the American League leader in WHIP, innings pitched, earned run average, opponent batting average. He has the best. He's been the toughest pitcher to hit in the big leagues. A 212 clip. Springer takes low. 1-1 strike. He's making his 33rd start of the season. Nobody has gotten to that point until tomorrow night when Chris Bassett makes his 33rd start of the season. And he racks up a ton of strikeouts. The 1-1. Springer hits it high in the air, shallow to right. Trotting back goes Torres. In from right, Judge underneath it to make the play. And retires Springer out number one.
Yeah, you think about that durability and reliability from Garrett Cole. This is back-to-back seasons, the 200 innings pitched, 181 in 2021. Obviously, 2020 was a shortened season. He got to a mere 73. And then each of the 3 seasons prior to that, 200 innings pitched. Like, you just do not see durability like this from a power pitcher in today's game.
First pitch to Bo Bichette. Fastball downstairs for ball one. Bo toting a .304 batting average with 28 doubles, a couple of triples, and he's one of a handful of Blue Jays with 20 or more home runs this year. The 1-0. Bichette takes the breaking ball below the knees, a called strike. There's our first knuckle curve coming from Garrett Cole. Evens the count at 1-1 strike. Back into the line, the right-hander's pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Only pitcher over the last 2 seasons to post 200 or more innings on the mound. The Yankees have won 22 of his starts this year. Another reason why he is the front runner for the American League Cy Young Award. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Got him with a curveball. First strikeout for Cole, and there are 2 down.
And he's been at his best against the Blue Jays this year. He's faced the Blue Jays 3 times this season, allowed only 1 earned over 19 1/3. 19 strikeouts, 4 walks. Blue Jays hitters batting just 181 against Cole. They have 13 hits over those 19 1/3 innings, 5 doubles, 8 singles.
There's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's had his success against the big right-hander in his career. He takes a big hack at the first pitch fastball for strike one. 10 for 28 lifetime against Garrett Cole with 5 extra base hits and a tip of the cap. The 0-1, swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes on Guerrero. So far being peppered with heat high in the zone.
There's plenty of hitters in this Blue Jays lineup with a lot of experience against Cole, Bichette, Guerrero. Kevin Kiermaier's faced him forever in the AL East. Not a ton of success, though.
Couple of shakes by the right-hander. Now the 0-2 to Vladdy. A fastball down and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Matt Chapman's got 36 ABs against him. Bichette, 39. Kiermaier, 36. But all those guys are hitting in the 100s against him.
The 1-2. Guerrero swings at a fastball and fouls it back. One ball and 2 strikes on Vladdy. This first inning is being brought to you by Armstrong Bird Food. Bring nature to your backyard with Armstrong. Feeding Blue Jays since 1986. Visit ArmstrongBirdFood.com for more. Infield back outfield playing straight up. The 1-2. Guerrero takes a curve in the dirt. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. In recent memory, you know why these Blue Jays are so familiar with Garrett Cole. He signed the made-good deal with the New York Yankees. But you look at George Springer, Matt Chapman's numbers. Those were from the head-to-head time when he was in the Lone Star State. And for Matt Chapman, of course, when he was with Oakland. The 2-2 in the air on the right side. Underneath it, DJ LeMahieu called off by Gleyber Torres from second. He's there, makes the play on the diamond, and the Blue Jays are turned away 1-2-3. No score after our first inning of play. This is Blue Jays baseball, brought to you by Crown Rust Protection, streaming Sportsnet.ca and over the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Do more in a reliable Subaru, they said.
Hi, Chicago. I'm Brian Cranston.
And I'm Aaron Paul at Benny's Beverage Depot.
Try our Dos Hombres Mezcal made from hand-selected agave in a small village in Oaxaca, Mexico.
Get it at Benny's with all of your favorites.
And if you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Cheers.
When you wanna bet on played on a field or ice or course.
Bet Rivers is the place.
Over, under, money line, same game parlays, it's all fine.
We'll put a smile on your face.
Bet Rivers Sportsbook is your home for chance, where you can bet on the sports you love. Bet Rivers Sportsbook. Download the app.
Take a chance.
Must be 21 plus. Available in Illinois only. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss the excitement this winter at Purcell Pavilion and Compton Family Ice Arena. Season tickets are on sale now for Notre Dame hockey, men's and women's basketball games for the 2023-24 season. Also, don't miss Notre Dame football's regular season finale against Wake Forest on Saturday, November 18th. It's the last opportunity to catch the Irish at home inside Notre Dame Stadium this season. Tickets to all Fighting Irish home contests are available at fightingirish.com/buy tickets.
Proven Winners Color Choice shrubs are the landscaping plants that have been trialed and tested by expert horticulturists to ensure your success. Whether you're looking for the hottest hydrangea, a reblooming rose, or an elegant evergreen, you can count on the shrubs in the white containers for easy care curb appeal for years to come. There's still plenty of time to improve your landscape this season, so head to your favorite local garden center and ask for Proven Winners Color Choice flowering shrubs.
Here at Rogers Center, Jose Barrios returns to work against Giancarlo Stanton, Esteban Florial, and Anthony Volpe. A retooled Barrios this season, always out of the stretch. Deals to Stanton. First pitch fastball in the outside corner for strike one. This second inning is being presented by Bet365. With Bet365, you can watch thousands of live games, build your own bet, even make a bet while the game is still being played. 19 plus, play responsibly. Ontario only. Pitch is low to Giancarlo. 1 ball and 1 strike. Last night went 1 for 3. Collected a double that came off his bat at 118 miles an hour. The 1-1 pitch. This is tapped foul towards third. 1 ball and 2 strikes. When Giancarlo Stanton can find the barrel, he can hit them. And they can jump off the bat. But he hasn't been able to find the barrel a lot this season. Average still stuck below 200. Does have 24 home runs. Slurve is low, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. 100th game of the season for the Yankee designated hitter. The 2-2. A fastball on the outside corner for strike 3. Second strikeout for Jose Barrios, both down looking at fastballs over the outside edge.
Jose Barrios saying to Bruce Druckman, hey, if you're going to give me that pitch, I'm going to throw that pitch there all night long. This one was closer to the plate than the one that he got judged on. Still a little bit off, really borderline on that outside edge, but Jose Barrios doing a good job of exploiting what is being offered to him tonight.
Left-handed hitting, Esteban Florial takes down and away, ball 1. The Blue Jays drift Bo Bichette towards the middle of the diamond. Working up the middle tonight with Kevin Biggio. The 1-0. Pulled towards first base, hugging the line. Rolling foul past Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 1 ball and 1 strike on Florial. Other side of the diamond, Matt Chapman way off the line at third. Standing in the baseline between second base and third base. Left, center, and right for the Blue Jays defensively, Merrifield, Kiermaier, and Springer. 1-1. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2. Seen a couple of changeups already from Jose Barrios. He's been throwing it righty on righty more. That's your vintage setup right there with the changeup down and away against the left-handed batter.
It's a pitch that was really getting hit hard through July and August, so he diminished the usage of it, but the league will figure that out if you aren't throwing it that much anymore, so maybe he's now adjusting back after the adjustment's been made to him.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a fastball. Back-to-back strikeouts for Barrios.
And it's still a very effective pitch to set up the fastball. I mean, this is a fastball up and over the plate to Florial, but I think because of the 2 changeups that preceded it, Florial just did not have his bat timed up for that fastball from Jose Barrios that came in at 95 miles per hour. The 2 changeups that preceded it, 10 miles per hour slower.
There's the rookie Anthony Volpe back in the lineup tonight. Swings through a first pitch fastball for strike one. A lot of promise with this top prospect coming through the Yankees organization. Basically homegrown, just over the GW Bridge in New Jersey. The 0-1, swinging a foul back. No balls and 2 strikes. Just 22 years of age. Made the opening day roster, starting at shortstop. Yankees over the next couple of years, you can bet they want to get younger. They need to, and they have to get more athletic. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Jose Barrios shuts down the side, striking out all 3. Middle of the second. Still no score here in Toronto tonight between the Yankees and the Blue Jays. Streaming through the new Sportsnet app. This is Blue Jays baseball presented by Crown Rust Protection on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Timber Mart is Canada's building center. Your home team advantage with the right materials.
Hi, Chicago. I'm Brian Cranston.
And I'm Aaron Paul at Benny's Beverage Depot.
Try our Dos Hombres Mezcal made from hand-selected agave in a small village in Oaxaca, Mexico.
Get it at Benny's with all of your favorites.
And if you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Cheers.
Look out, golf fans. It's time to take a swing with the BetRivers Sportsbook app, where you can bet pre-tournament and in-play on all major tournaments around the world. Then track every shot with live streaming, live leaderboards with real-time updates, and interactive 3D course maps. Add BetRivers award-winning customer service, and it's a hole-in-one. BetRivers Sportsbook app. It's a whole new game.
Must be 21 plus. Available in Illinois only. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss the excitement this winter at Purcell Pavilion and Compton Family Ice Arena. Season tickets are on sale now for Notre Dame hockey, men's and women's basketball games for the 2023-24 season. Also, don't miss Notre Dame football's regular season finale against Wake Forest on Saturday, November 18th. It's the last opportunity to catch the Irish at home inside Notre Dame Stadium this season. Tickets to all Fighting Irish home contests are available at fightingirish.com/buy tickets.
When you're braving the elements, you need reliable protection you can count on. Whether you're out on the lake, in the field, or anywhere in between, Frog Togs has the gear you need to get the job done. Whatever the weather, our rain suits, jackets, waders, footwear, and accessories will keep you bone dry. And it's your best for all your outdoor activities. Visit frogtogs.com. That's Frog Togs with 2 G's. And get ready to take on the elements with confidence.
Top of second, no score. Blue Jays lead it off with Brandon Belt. First pitch, lined over the leaping first baseman into right field. A base hit for Belt. It's near the line, going to the corner. Long run for Judge to pick it up, and an easy double for Brandon Belt. The Blue Jays didn't have a hit last night that went for extra bases. And then the edict was made by Brandon Belt. He said, you know what will jumpstart our offense? Noise. Harken back to the days of the 90s when Winfield was the guy that wanted the noise. Brandon Belt is now calling for it, and he's delivered. He got fans out of their chairs cheering for that leadoff double. Here's Kevin Biggio. The pitch. Bottom part of the zone with a curve for strike 1.
What a good sign for Belt to be aggressive on that first pitch fastball, send a line drive into right field. This is going to be a really important bat for the Blue Jays in the postseason. Should they get there, they can expect to see some really tough right-handed starters.
0-1, skied to right field. Aaron Judge trots in, now slides back underneath it, makes the catch. A bluff of a tag by Belt. And there's one down.
Doesn't matter if they're facing the Rays, if they're facing the Twins. There's going to be some very tough right-handed pitching starting for both of those clubs. So Brandon Belt is going to be a really important bat for this club in the top half of the lineup. Missed so much time at the back and the stomach virus. A couple of issues that he felt really compounded on one another. So good to see that bat speed is back here in late September.
Yeah, John Schneider telling us before the ball game today he was really pleased with what he saw from Brandon Belt at the plate last night. Alejandro Kirk gets a 97-mile-an-hour fastball up in the zone for ball 1. Blue Jays threatening here in the second. Yankees in town for the middle game of their 3-game series that closes up tomorrow night. One 0 to Kirk. Outside corner called strike, evens the count at 1. Brandon Belt officially missed a dozen games on the injured list. More because of the back issue keeping him out of the lineup, but he had to fight his way through a little bit of a stomach virus as well. Good lead at second by Belt. 1-1 to Kirk. Fastball's inside. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, he first missed 7 games with it coming off of that road trip through Denver. Came back during the Texas series. Said he felt like he was swinging underwater. Felt like he just did not have that fast twitch quickness at the plate. Spent another dozen days, as you said, on IL. Now looking much better.
Ground ball on 2 bounces to the second baseman. Torres takes a peek at Belt, who was going on contact with the ground ball to the right side. Kirk thrown out 4-3. Belt stands at third. It couldn't have happened at a worse time for Brandon Belt because he was starting to cement himself as somebody left-handed bat helping lengthen the lineup, which was certainly searching for some offensive consistency. There's Matt Chapman. Gets a fastball from Garrett Cole for strike 1. Short lead at third by Bell. Cole will work out of the windup. 0-1 to Chapman. A fastball on the upper outside corner puts Chapman in the hole 0-2.
If the Blue Jays are in a wild card series against the Rays, and they're facing a Glass now, an Eflin, a Savali, 3 tough right-handers, I think you're going to see Brandon Belt in the top 4 of the batting order each night out.
I asked John Schneider about that at the cage yesterday, asking how much he needed to see from his left-handed hitter, and could he stretch out those top 3 guys, even though he didn't want to break him up over the last couple of weeks. The 0-2. Chapman takes up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Springer, then the potential of Brandon Belt into the number 2 spot, maybe the number 3 spot. You could bump Vladdy down to number 4. You could bat Belt second, maybe put Bo Bichette into that number 4 spot. 1-2. Down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Is there a makeup in your mind, Arden, where Belt slots in among the big boppers in Springer, Bichette, and Guerrero?
I think it'll depend on how the Blue Jays feel about the matchup of Belt's swing plane versus the way that Glass now likes to attack hitters, the way that Savali or Eflin do. But I do think that there is some benefit to breaking up the runner righties.
Chapman swings and misses at a knuckle curve thrown by Cole. He's down on strikes, and the Blue Jays will leave Belt at third base. We're scoreless through 2 indoors at Rogers Center tonight with Blue Jays baseball presented by Crown Rust Protection, streaming through the new Sportsnet app and over the Sportsnet radio network.
Want to be certain your reno goes right? Start with...
Hi, Chicago. I'm Brian Cranston.
And I'm Aaron Paul at Benny's Beverage Depot.
Try our Dos Hombres Mezcal made from hand-selected agave in a small village in Oaxaca, Mexico.
Get it at Benny's with all of your favorites.
And if you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Cheers.
Look out, golf fans. It's time to take a swing with the BetRivers Sportsbook app, where you can bet pre-tournament and in-play on all major tournaments around the world. Then track every shot with live streaming, live leaderboards with real-time updates, and interactive 3D course maps. Add BetRivers award-winning customer service, and it's a hole-in-one. BetRivers Sportsbook app. It's a whole new game.
Must be 21 plus. Available in Illinois only. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss the excitement this winter at Purcell Pavilion and Compton Family Ice Arena. Season tickets are on sale now for Notre Dame hockey, men's and women's basketball games for the 2023-24 season. Also, don't miss Notre Dame football's regular season finale against Wake Forest on Saturday, November 18th. It's the last opportunity to catch the Irish at home inside Notre Dame Stadium this season. Tickets to all Fighting Irish home contests are available at fightingirish.com/buy tickets.
When you're braving the elements, you need reliable protection you can count on. Whether you're out on the lake, in the field, or anywhere in between, Frog Togs has the gear you need to get the job done. Whatever the weather, our rain suits, jackets, waders, footwear, and accessories will keep you bone dry. And it's your best for all your outdoor activities. Visit frogtogs.com. That's Frog Togs with 2 G's. And get ready to take on the elements with confidence.
Third of Aaron Boone's Yankee lineup. We move into the third inning, sitting scoreless. Barrios, the right-hander, kicks and fires. Cabrera batting left-handed. Takes outside, ball one. Oswaldo in left field tonight. Blue Jays over the last year plus have seen him play on the diamond and both corner outfield positions. 1-0. Hit hard on a bounce out to second base. Biggio with a nice backhanded play. Stays with it to retire Cabrera off at second base. A low line drive that could have eaten up Kevin Biggio, but he didn't play himself into a more difficult hop. He stayed back and let that ball come to him, and then kind of absorbed it with a spin off to his right, making a beautiful backhanded play.
Really nice calmness and poise from Biggio there at second base. As you said, didn't make that play any harder than it already was.
Oswald Peraza gets a fastball in for a called strike. That's a little thing, and a lot of big leaguers turn in a play like that night in and night out, but it just is so comforting to watch Kevin Biggio play at second base and everywhere with the plays that he's turned in over the last 2 months.
Biggio and Bichette up the middle are turning some plays. We've already seen a couple of nice plays for them here tonight. We don't talk enough about Bo Bichette's improvements defensively at shortstop. You almost don't talk enough about it because you don't want to jinx it.
0-2 outside from Jose.
Talk to anybody around the Blue Jays about Bo Bichette and the word errors, and they start looking for pieces of wood to knock on. Bo Bichette's putting together a nice little streak.
The 1-2, that's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Peraza. Only 8 errors this season for Bo Bichette. It's not been wire-to-wire healthy like other years. He's missed a combined 3 weeks on the injured list. The 2-2, up and in. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Peraza. But only 8 errors, and this is a more challenging defensive season for a lot of infielders in the game. Bo being asked more of his athleticism because no shift is allowed again in Major League Baseball. 3-2. Fouled back. Stays 3 balls and 2 strikes. And I remember talking early in the season with Bo Bichette on how he was getting comfortable, not seesawing back and forth on the second base side of the bag, moving over sometimes in a significant shift, deep kind of at second base or in shallow right field. He loves it. 3-2. Hit hard but foul, bounding past the third base bag. Plus you work with Matt Chapman on the left side of the diamond. You know your limitations when you go to your right. Loves to sprawl out, diving to the glove hand side. Everything has improved, even though some of the deeper dive metrics aren't in love with Bo Bichette defensively.
Yeah, they grade him as about average. Bo's last error, June 24th. Tonight would be the 50th consecutive game without one.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Barrios has another strikeout. Already with 5 in the 8 batters that he's faced.
Now was another changeup from Barrios. You can see the grip on the replay as we watch it here in the booth. So interesting how he's brought that back against the Yankees here. We've already seen him use it about a dozen times. Used it 15 times total when he saw the Yankees last week. So clearly an adjustment for Barrios to go to that changeup here against New York.
Ben Rortvedt is the catcher tonight for New York, batting 9th. Takes a fastball outside for ball 1.
And just not a pitch that he's thrown a whole ton this month. We've really seen Barrios diminish the usage of it. So he's bringing it back here and he's using it effectively.
The 1-0. Hit hard towards second. Speared on a bounce by Biggio, lunging to his left. Throws to first in time to retire the number 9 hitter of the Yankees. How about a perfect first trip through the order against New York for Jose Barrios? Includes 5 strikeouts. No score, middle of the third. This is Blue Jays baseball, brought to you by Crown Rust Protection. Streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Honey, the garage?
Hi, Chicago. I'm Brian Cranston.
And I'm Aaron Paul at Benny's Beverage Depot.
Try our Dos Hombres Mezcal made from hand-selected agave in a small village in Oaxaca, Mexico.
Get it at Benny's with all of your favorites.
And if you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Cheers.
When you want to bet on sports, played on a field or ice or course,
Bet Rivers is the place.
Over, under, money line, same game parlay.
a smile on your face.
Bet Rivers Sportsbook is your home for chance, where you can bet on the sports you love. Bet Rivers Sportsbook. Download the app.
Take a chance.
Must be 21 plus. Available in Illinois only. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss the excitement this winter at Purcell Pavilion and Compton Family Ice Arena. Season tickets are on sale now for Notre Dame hockey, men's and women's basketball games for the 2023-24 season. Also, don't miss Notre Dame football's regular season finale against Wake Forest on Saturday, November 18th. It's the last opportunity to catch the Irish at home inside Notre Dame Stadium this season. Tickets to all Fighting Irish home contests are available at fightingirish.com/buy tickets.
When you're braving the elements, you need reliable protection you can count on. Whether you're out on the lake, in the field, or anywhere in between, Frog Togs has the gear you need to get the job done. Whatever the weather, our rain suits, jackets, waders, footwear, and accessories will keep you bone dry. And it's your best for all your outdoor activities. Visit frogtogs.com. That's Frog Togs with 2 G's. And get ready to take on the elements with confidence.
For Toronto, hits the first pitch sharply down to third. Peraza handles it with the glove, fires to first in time. That got down the third base line in a hurry, and Peraza was playing in with both feet starting on the infield turf. And there's quickly one down in this third inning, being brought to you by Crown Rust Protection. While the team makes the push for the postseason, make sure you're prepping your ride for cold weather with Crown, Canada's #1 rust protection. Book your appointment today at crown.com or visit the location nearest you. Here's Kevin Kiermaier. Takes a pitch on the inside corner for strike one. Blue Jays have threatened, they have not scored. Yankees haven't had anybody aboard through the first 3 at-bats against Barrios. 0-1. Kiermaier looks up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Kiermaier's 36 career at-bats against Cole, hitting 139. He's struck out in 18 of them. Not a matchup that he loves.
Left-handed batter. Swings and loops it in the air to center. Florio with a late break, but this will glide to him. And there are 2 down. Garrett Cole has been dominant really since he made a splash in the major leagues with the Pittsburgh Pirates. That was a decade ago. Tonight is his 300th career start. It was a debut in the Steel City, a massive trade that had immediate returns for the Houston Astros, and now big returns for the Cole legacy in New York. Here's George Springer. Hits the first pitch high and deep out to left field. Cabrera dashes back. He's there, makes the play, and the Blue Jays return to side quickly here in the third. Off to the fourth, sitting scoreless. This is Blue Jays baseball, brought to you by Crown Rust Protection. Streaming through the new Sportsnet app and over the Sportsnet radio network.
I asked my Mopar service expert for advice.
Proven winners Color Choice shrubs are the landscaping plants that have been trialed and tested by expert horticulturists to ensure your success. Whether you're looking for the hottest hydrangea, a reblooming rose, or an elegant evergreen, you can count on the shrubs in the white containers for easy care curb appeal for years to come. There's still plenty of time to improve your landscape this season, so head to your favorite local garden center and ask for Proven Winners Color Choice flowering shrubs.
Introducing Wheatley American Vodka, made right here in the US of A. Award-winning? Yes, but never too fancy for a backyard barbecue.
This song right here is for the red, white, and blue. You got good taste, and you drink like it too. Wheatley, so good I drink it neatly. Wash in Moscow always get the mule. Vodka this good is an American jewel. Wheatley, so good I drink it neatly.
Wheatley American Vodka. Please drink responsibly. Sazerac Company, Louisville, Kentucky, 41% alcohol by volume.
In 2023, Major League Baseball is getting some fan-powered updates. You spoke, MLB listened. And this season, you'll be getting a faster pace of play with the pitch timer, more balls in play from shift restrictions, and more action on the base paths from some of your favorite athletes due to bigger bases. Tried and tested in the minors, these new rules are bringing extra excitement to the game you love. Unbelievable! Learn more at MLB.com/rules.
365, you can bet on things like player props, totals, or game outcomes across many different sports. 19 plus. Play responsibly. Ontario only. With the co-host of At the Letters podcast, Arden Zwelling, I'm Ben Wagner. No score, Yankees and Blue Jays. DJ LeMahieu 0 for 1, just like the rest of the lineup tonight for New York. Gets his second look at Jose Barrios. Takes a sinker inside for ball 1.
Feels like a rerun of last night's pitcher's duel a little bit.
It really does, doesn't it? The 1-0. Slurved down and away. 2 balls and no strikes.
I've seen this episode before. Didn't end well for the Jays.
Not with last night. There have been some duels that have turned out very favorably this season for the Blue Jays, but blanked for the 10th time this season last night. 2-0s down and away. 3 balls and no strikes on LeMahieu. A 9th inning, 2-run home run. The only blemish on a night for the Blue Jays pitching staff. 3-0. Inside, ball 4. The first base runner of the night is aboard with a 4-pitch walk. Barrios asks for time. He'll take the glove off and stretch it out here on our Timber Mart broadcast booth. Hit a home run on your next home improvement project. For a great selection of renovation products and quality brands, Timber Mart has the bases loaded for a grand slam on every project. Batter up. Timber Mart is Canada's building center. Aaron Judge, the hitter, swings and drives the ball out to deep right field, and that is trouble, and it is gone. An opposite field 2-run home run for Aaron Judge. Immediately after the walk, the very next pitch goes into the New York bullpen, and it's 2-0 Yankees.
That was one of those wow shots. Just an absolute frozen rope to the opposite field by Aaron Judge. Clangs off the back of the Yankees bullpen. I think that after seeing LeMahieu walk on 4 pitches, Aaron Judge went up there and said, you know what? I'm going to sit on a first pitch fastball and swing as hard as I can at it. And he got it.
Gleyber Torres goes through a 4-seam fastball for strike 1. 112 miles an hour off the bat the opposite way, banking off the concrete in the bullpen at 395 feet. The 0-1 down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-0 New York here in the 4th.
Just a no-doubter. Aaron Judge's 36th of the season. And remember, he missed substantial time due to injury this year.
1-1. Inside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Tonight is Judge's 103rd game. 36 home runs and 103. Imagine if he played 162.
We lived it last year.
Yeah.
The 2-1 pitch. Fastball's outside. 3 balls and a strike now on Torres. 366 days ago, everybody was celebrating the milestone when Aaron Judge matched Roger Maris in this building. 3-1. Ground ball in the middle of the diamond. Bichette hustles in, gets a chest-high hop, plays it on to Vladdy at first. And there's 1 down. That milestone home run for Aaron Judge, of course, was well documented, well traveled because of the amazing pace that Aaron Judge was on at the plate, drubbing what was already an American League home run record where he matched Roger Maris with a 621. He would go on and set the new AL single season home run record with his long ball against the Rangers. Giancarlo Stanton takes a slurp for a called strike. That home run landed in the Blue Jays bullpen right at the feet of Jordan Romano. He kind of looked at it. Matt Bushman, the bullpen coach at the time, been over, picked it up, gave it to Romano. The 0-1. That's low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Knowing the moment, its impact, and of course, the coveted piece, Zach Britton ran out of the bullpen of the New York Yankees over to the Blue Jays bullpen and asked for the souvenir. 1-1. Pulled towards third base, bounding its way foul. Might have clipped Stanton in the batter's box, so it was called foul immediately. 1-2 on the batter. Now, of course, many Blue Jays were asked after the ball game in the days that followed, why didn't you hold it for ransom? That 61 home run ball was certainly going to go to the auction block if a fan found it. But now just a memorable piece of Major League history. Stanton swings and misses at the 1-2. He's down on strikes.
I seem to remember a fan diving down over the railing after it. Can't do that anymore now that they've renovated the outfield walls. That was Judge's 33rd career home run against the Blue Jays. That is the most among active players. Nelson Cruz and Evan Longoria are tied for second with 25 apiece. Rafael Devers has 20.
Esteban Florial steps in with 2 out. Sinker low from Barrios for ball 1. Jose surrendering his 25th home run of the season. Blue Jays trail 2-0. We're in the 4th. 1-0. Slurve low. 2 balls and no strikes. Hit up the middle into center field, a base hit. Just past the dive of Kevin Biggio, who was full tilt to his right, trying to stop that ball up the middle. 2 out base runner for New York. Second hit of the series for Esteban Florial. Brings up Anthony Volpe. Volpe, his first time up, went down looking. One of 6 strikeouts for Jose Barrios. Jose with now 179 strikeouts on the season. The pitch to Volpe. Fastball at the knees, but called low. Good pitch from Barrios, but a benefit for Volpe.
Alejandro Kirk pretty reliably gets those calls down in the zone, but Bruce Druckmann seems to have tightened things up a little bit here in this inning. During the LeMahieu plate appearance, Barrios had his arms extended a couple times.
1-0, sinking line drive into right field, a base hit. Station to station for Florial. Back-to-back singles off of Barrios here in the 4th inning. And that'll prompt Pete Walker to make a mound visit. Over the course of the night, we'll have a look at the St. Louis Bar and Grill out-of-town scoreboard. Devilishly good since Toronto first raised the trophy in 1992. Wings, ribs, beer, cocktails, and every play at your local St. Louis Bar and Grill. Download the app or visit stlouiswings.com for more. Always devilishly good. Champagne is on ice for the Baltimore Orioles tonight. They can clinch the American League Eastern Division. Could be a potential first title since 2014. They would get the league's top seed with a win over the Nationals and a Rays loss tonight in Boston. So a couple of things have to happen, but they are waiting on the celebration for certainly a surging Baltimore franchise. Ahead of the curve in your mind? I think by a couple of years.
Their owner would seem to suggest so. He's made a couple public comments to that regard.
Yeah. Osvaldo Cabrera swings at the first pitch and pops it up. Foul territory beyond third base. Chapman back into his right. He's there, makes the play. That'll retire Cabrera and the Yankees. A long inning in the 4th inning. It included an Aaron Judge 2-run home run, and the reason the Yankees have a 2-0 lead after 3.5. This is Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by Crown Rust Protection, streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Buck Martinez, and I know a foul when I see one. And there's nothing more foul than rising interest rates.
What's going on, world? Kevin Hart here. I'm at Benny's. Let me tell you something. I'm from Philadelphia, but I love Chicago. I also love Benny's Beverage Depot. The selection is what I would call a showstopper. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
When you want to bet on sports, played on a field or ice or course,
Bet Rivers is the place.
over, under, money lines, same game parlays, it's all fine.
We'll put a smile on your face.
Bet Rivers Sportsbook is your home for chance, where you can bet on the sports you love. Bet Rivers Sportsbook. Download the app.
Take a chance.
Must be 21 plus. Available in Illinois only. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss the excitement this winter at Purcell Pavilion and Compton Family Ice Arena. Season tickets are on sale now for Notre Dame hockey, men's and women's basketball games for the 2023-24 season. Also, don't miss Notre Dame football's regular season finale against Wake Forest on Saturday, November 18th. It's the last opportunity to catch the Irish at home inside Notre Dame Stadium this season. Tickets to all Fighting Irish home contests are available at fightingirish.com/buy tickets.
In 2023, Major League Baseball is getting some fan-powered updates. You spoke, MLB listened. And this season, you'll be getting a faster pace of play with the pitch timer, more balls in play from shift restrictions, and more action on the base paths from some of your favorite athletes due to bigger bases. Tried and tested in the minors, these new rules are bringing extra excitement to the game you love.
Unbelievable!
Learn more at MLB.com/rules.
At Rogers Center, Yankees have a 2-0 lead. Bo Bichette cracks the first pitch he sees, high and deep, out to center field. Florial leaps at the wall, and he makes the catch! What a tremendous play deep into right center field by Esteban Florial, racing back, leaving his feet right in front of the high wall and straight away center field, robbing extra bases from Bo Bichette.
Just tremendous athleticism from Florial to track this ball all the way to deep right center field, time his jump perfectly, crash into the wall. Garrett Cole left on the mound with hands on his head, admiring that one.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. gets a changeup on the inside corner, strike one. Oh, 1 from Cole. Vladdy takes down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. That was the first really hair-raising moment offensively tonight from the Blue Jays. They've been shut out on 1 hit again. 1-1. Guerrero swings and misses, and it's 1-2. It was good contact. It was to a place in the ballpark. You were expecting Bo to just grab another extra base hit, but it took a very good defensive play from Esteban Florial. And he turned it in. 1-2. Guerrero fouls it back. I don't know that the Yankees have an answer for their future in center field right now on their active roster, and Esteban Florial is trying to do whatever he can to cement a spot in next year's plan for New York. He's out of options going into next year. Likely the Yankees use free agency to search for somebody that can patrol center field. The 1-2. Vladdy takes in the dirt. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Aaron Boone might be looking across the diamond at somebody that might be a stopgap for a future center fielder. The way that Kevin Kiermaier has performed in his 1-year deal with the Toronto Blue Jays. That was a play Kevin Kiermaier makes. I don't think that's a play Isaiah Kiner-Falefa makes. The 2-2 fouled back under our feet.
All the poor Blue Jays fans out there who are right now having images of Kevin Kiermaier returning to Rogers Center next year in pinstripes. Thanks for that, Ben.
Don't blame me. Kevin brought it up against the New York Yankees a couple of weeks ago when he was talking with reporters in the Bronx. The 2-2. It's low. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
This fan base just came around on KK, Ben. They hated him for so long. Now they have to hate him again.
Yeah, but it took about 2 days for him to fall in love with Kevin Kiermaier when he went over the notch in straightaway center field and pulled back a home run. 3-2 to Vladdy. Hit in the air, out to straightaway center again, circled by Florial. He overplayed it, now bursts forward and makes the play to retire Guerrero. As good as the prior play was and as flawless as everything had to line up to complete it, Florial went in the opposite direction on that drive off the bat of Vladdy.
Yeah, athleticism helping him there as well, because Florial took a family circus route to that ball, but was able to overcome a very poor jump and read off the bat to race in and take that ball away from Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Here's Brandon Belt. Checks a swing and a knuckle curve from Cole and lays off, ball 1. Lone hit tonight for the Blue Jays. Belt's double. 1-0. Upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. We're inside the Timber Mart broadcast booth tonight. Yankees have one more against the Blue Jays this season. That's tomorrow night. 2-0 on the outside corner for strike one.
You know, the good thing that Bo did in his plate appearance is he was aggressive early. Garrett Cole will challenge you with fastballs, often first pitch. We saw Brandon Belt at the plate right now take advantage of one earlier in the game.
Just got a cutter and sent it straight back foul. It's 2-2.
Cole is very aggressive on the plate. He doesn't walk a lot of hitters. He throws a lot of strikes. He will get clipped. He's a guy who has given up a number of home runs in his career. Very aggressive with his fastball on the plate. So you got to go up there ready to swing first pitch, ready to counter that aggressiveness with your own aggression.
2-2 to Belt. Just inside at 97 miles an hour.
Great take by Brandon Belt with 2 strikes. Fastball in, took it all the way. Now he's got himself into a full count.
Not a lot of emotion on display from Cole. It's 3-2. Belt swings and lobs it out of play off to the left.
Good to see Belt here fouling off 97 as well. Remember, he just has not been taking that many competitive swings this month as he's been sidelined with the back issue and the stomach virus as well. You can hit off of a high-velocity pitching machine, but it's not the same as hitting off of the high-velocity pitching machine that is Garrett Cole.
Turns with the 3-2. And Belt takes a strike on the inside corner and goes down looking. The Blue Jays set aside 1-2-3 in the fourth. Go to the fifth. Trailing New York 2-0. This is Blue Jays baseball brought to you by Crown Rust Protection, streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
All right, everyone, step up and down.
Hi, William H. Macy here. What's a visit to Chicago without a stop at Benny's Beverage Depot? I've learned a lot of lines in my career, but one of the truest is, if you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Look out, golf fans. It's time to take a swing with the BetRivers Sportsbook app, where you can bet pre-tournament and in-play on all major tournaments around the world. Then track every shot with live streaming, live leaderboards with real-time updates, and interactive 3D course maps. Add BetRivers award-winning customer service, and it's a hole-in-one. BetRivers Sportsbook app. It's a whole new game.
Must be 21 plus. Available in Illinois only. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss the excitement this winter at Purcell Pavilion and Compton Family Ice Arena. Season tickets are on sale now for Notre Dame hockey, men's and women's basketball games for the 2023-24 season. Also, don't miss Notre Dame football's regular season finale against Wake Forest on Saturday, November 18th. It's the last opportunity to catch the Irish at home inside Notre Dame Stadium this season. Tickets to all Fighting Irish home contests are available at fightingirish.com/buy tickets.
Introducing Wheatley American Vodka, made right here in the US of A. Award-winning? Yes, but never too fancy for a backyard barbecue.
This song right here is for the red, white, and blue. You got good taste, and you drink like it too. Wheatley, so good I drink it neatly. Wash in Moscow always get the mule. Vodka this good is an American jewel. Wheatley, so good I drink it neatly.
Wheatley American Vodka. Please drink responsibly. Sazerac Company, Louisville, Kentucky. 41% alcohol by volume.
The latest odds for today's baseball games. 19 plus. Play responsibly. Ontario only. 2-0 New York. Aaron Judge with number 36 on the season is how New York took the lead. Jose Barrios steals to Oswald Peraza, who swings through a slurve for strike one. It was 9 up and 9 down for Jose Barrios the first time through the order. He issued a 4-pitch walk to DJ LeMahieu, and the next one went out of the ballpark. Swing and a miss by Peraza, and it's 0-2. A couple of singles with 2 down. The only damage, though, that followed afterwards for Jose. The 0-2 down in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Barrios has struck out 6, issued 1 walk. Overall allowed 3 hits. The 2 singles and the home run. All 3 were in the fourth. 1-2. Pulled foul. Might have snapped the bat of Peraza. And it did, so he needs to go to the first base dugout and get a new stick. We're coming to you tonight from the Timber Mart broadcast booth. I'm Ben Wagner, the co-host of At the Letters podcast. Arden Zwelling is here. You'll see his work on sportsnet.ca. You'll also find him on television. And get ready. We hope we see a lot of Arden during the postseason as well. The Blue Jays are in search of 3 wins to get there over their final 5 games. 1-2. Swing and a miss. A strikeout for Jose Barrios. His 7th of the night and his 179th of the season. He joins Kevin Gausman and Yusei Kikuchi, all with over 175 strikeouts. Tomorrow night, Chris Bassett gets the start in the finale against the New York Yankees. He's sitting at 174. The Blue Jays are trying to become the 4th team in Major League Baseball history with 4 pitchers owning 175 or more strikeouts in a given season. Then Rordvedt takes a ball. 1-0. Off the outside corner, it's 2 balls and no strikes. Kevin Gausman currently sitting atop the American League in strikeouts. Yusei Kikuchi second on the ball club in strikeouts. And now 178 for Jose Barrios. 2-0. Lined into right field, a base hit. Number 9 hitters aboard for New York. 1-out single.
Yeah, I'm not just saying this, Ben. We have been watching one of the best starting rotations in franchise history this year for the Toronto Blue Jays. Particularly in this era, it is so uncommon to have 4 starting pitchers make over 30 starts with ERAs below 4. It is just rare. It is exceptional. It is some of the best starting pitching we have seen in the history of this franchise.
It's hard to find 4 as dominant as what the Blue Jays have in the core of their rotation. DJ LeMahieu takes inside. It's also impossible to identify 4 within the game, especially coming into this season where 2 had question marks. One of the 2 on the mound tonight with Jose Barrios, who is certainly a Comeback Player of the Year award. And Yusei Kikuchi on the other side. Runner from first goes, swinging a foul back by LeMahieu. He was the kind of 1 ball and 1 strike.
You had great top-end starting pitching on this franchise. You had the Holiday Burnett years, Steve and Key. Obviously, Roger Clemens wins a couple of Cy Young Awards here. Robbie Ray won a Cy Young Award here very recently. But to go 4 deep, to have the kind of rotation depth that the Blue Jays have in terms of the quality of these top 4, it's pretty unmatched.
All sub-4 earned run averages this season. Kevin Gausman goes into tonight 4th best in earned run average in the American League with a .316. Barrios, until the 2-run home run, was in the top 9. Chris Bassett ranking 11th with a 3.74 ERA, and Yusei Kikuchi at 3.82. Still 13th best in the American League. 1-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. LeMahieu down looking. 2 away.
I don't know if you heard what I heard, Ben, but DJ LeMahieu very loudly registered his displeasure with that called 3rd strike call. Bruce Druckman, not DJ LeMahieu's favorite person right now.
We choose to unhear it. Now time called. Oh, this is interesting. Aaron Judge was ready to go. Jose Barrios looked like he was ready to go. Then all of a sudden, here comes Pete Walker, the pitching coach, starting with a slow stroll, heading out to the mound, and then a light jog, getting to the right-hander before he deals to Aaron Judge.
Hey, Jose, maybe not the first pitch fastball over the plate this time. Could be the message. But this is interesting. You don't typically see a mound visit in this spot. Maybe just want to reinforce the strategy against against Aaron Judge here after Judge took Barrios deep last time.
Got the first pitch of the 4th inning and took it to his own bullpen. 2-0 Yankees, now in the 5th. Guys behind the scenes tonight, Drew Adams and Tom Young. They're on the ivory at baseball control. Is Show Ali. Arden Zwelling, Ben Wagner in the broadcast booth with you tonight. Runner at first, 2 out. The pitch to Judge. Misses down and in. Didn't go with the fastball, went with the first pitch righty on righty changeup.
Yeah, the first pitch fastball didn't work out so well last time. Judge did a good job laying off the heater, or excuse me, the changeup.
The 1-0. Inside. That time he tried the backup slurve, and it's 2 balls and no strikes on Judge.
Yeah, and this is danger now. Judge with count leverage. He's taking the changeup. He's taking the slurve. He's going to be locked in on a fastball from Barrios here.
10 for 27 lifetime against Barrios. The 2-0. Fastball in tight. 3 balls and no strikes.
They're definitely working Judge in. Problem is Barrios has been too far in. Missed with all 3 pitches. You know Judge has the green light, 3-0, and he's just going to be walked.
Already with 4 home runs in 5 games. And here comes the intentional pass. The 4 fingers went up from John Schneider. Runners on at first and second for Gleyber Torres. Part of tonight's festivities, a really fun day at the ballpark for a couple of our Blue Jay and Jays Care Sportsnet broadcast auction winners. We've got Jeff and Tom in the broadcast booth with us. They were participants in the Jays Care broadcast auction that Sportsnet TV unrolled in August. Here's Gleyber Torres. Takes down and in. That's ball 1. They have enjoyed a full day of festivities on the at the ballpark, including going down on the field for batting practice, behind-the-scenes tour, a huge goodie bag. Weighed about 20 pounds when I picked it up off the table earlier. The 1-0 inside. 2 balls and no strikes. But Jeff and Tom, lifelong Blue Jay fans. You mentioned Jimmy Key earlier, and I can't help but look at Jeff's jersey that he's wearing today. And guess what it's got on the back? K-E-Y, Key. Tom's more in line with the present Blue Jays. He's got a big 27 on his back for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 2-0 to Gleyber. That's low. 3 balls and no strikes. A number of memorable prizes, experiences, and also auction items you could bid on during the annual Sportsnet and Jays Care broadcast auction went up for bid and raised a ton of money in support of Jays Care. 3-0 down and away. After an intentional pass, a 4-pitch walk. That will load the bases for Giancarlo Stanton. There are 2 out here in this 5th inning. Nobody up in the Blue Jays bullpen. Only visits were to relay messages for Jose Barrios on how to attack these Yankees. And now you got to deal with Stanton. You don't want the squirrel to find a nut in this situation. The pitch to Stanton. Fastball in the inside corner, called strike. Stanton with a sub-200 average does have 24 home runs. And we mentioned the double that he blistered last night at 118 miles an hour. Barrios trying to keep this 2-0 New York. The 0-1. Swinging a line drive into left field, down for a base hit. In to score is Rortvedt coming around third. Judge wants to score, and the ball gets away from the relay man. A long turn by Torres around third. The back pick from Barrios over to Bichette, covering up third base to get the out and retire the Yankees, who tally 2 on the play. Rortvedt in from third. Judge scores from second on a 2-run single from Giancarlo Stanton, and the Yankees double up the lead 4-0 midway through the 5th. This is Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by Crown Rust Protection, streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
There's another home run worth cheering about.
Hi, Chicago. I'm Brian Cranston.
And I'm Aaron Paul at Benny's Beverage Depot.
Try our Dos Hombres Mezcal made from hand-selected agave in a small village in Oaxaca, Mexico.
Get it at Benny's with all of your favorites.
And if you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Cheers.
When you want to bet on sports, played on a field or ice or courts,
Bet Rivers is the place.
over, under, money lines, same game parlays, it's all fine.
You'll put a smile on your face.
Bet Rivers Sportsbook is your home for chance, where you can bet on the sports you love. Bet Rivers Sportsbook. Download the app.
Take a chance.
Must be 21 plus. Available in Illinois only. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss the excitement this winter at Purcell Pavilion and Compton Family Ice Arena. Season tickets are on sale now for Notre Dame hockey, men's and women's basketball games for the 2023-24 season. Also, don't miss Notre Dame football's regular season finale against Wake Forest on Saturday, November 18th. It's the last opportunity to catch the Irish at home inside Notre Dame Stadium this season. Tickets to all Fighting Irish home contests are available at fightingirish.com/buy tickets.
Come to any Major League ballpark and you'll experience more of what you love about baseball.
This one is going a long way.
More jaw-dropping defensive plays.
Takes a hit away.
More hits, more runs, more stolen bases.
Steals way into scoring position.
And the game moves fast, like 2.5 hours fast. So you can bring the whole family and still be home for bedtime. Quicker games, more action. Follow it all at MLB.com. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Garrett Cole zips a fastball on the inside corner for strike one. Biggio, Alejandro Kirk, and Matt Chapman coming up for Toronto. 0-1. Curveball down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Put out on that last play back in the 5th inning went 7-5-1-6 on a 2-run single for Giancarlo Stanton. 1-1. Lined out a playoff to the left. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Judge scored, then Gleyber Torres was thrown out at third base. That was an interesting play. Chapman was lined up to be the cutoff man, and it looked like he wanted to get involved with the play, then tried to pull his glove back at the last moment. Swinging a foul back at the fastball, and it's 1-2 still on Biggio.
It looked to me like Merrifield's throw was a bit offline, and Chapman just got handcuffed by it. Maybe made a last-second decision to try to move his glove out of the way. Either way, it deflects off of Chapman's glove and into foul territory as Judge scores.
1-2. Fastball's up and in on Cavan. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Tough to tell intent there, but one way or another, not how the Blue Jays would have drawn that one up. Fortunate to get the out at third base as Torres went too far around the bag.
2-2. Strike 3 called. Got him with a curveball. Biggio down on strikes. That's the 4th strikeout for Garrett Cole tonight.
And now it's going to be tough sledding, Ben. You are down 4 against the best pitcher in the American League, and he's absolutely dealing here. Just a tremendous 82 mile per hour knuckle curveball from Garrett Cole there, spotting it down in the zone for the strikeout.
Pitch to Kirk. A little bit high for ball 1. 221 strikeouts now this season for Garrett Cole, 3rd most in the American League. 1-0. Kirk gives one a ride out to center field, pushing Florial back into the warning track where he's got it lined up, and he hauls it in. Kevin Gausman sets the table for strikeout leaders in the junior circuit with 237. The Twins, Pablo Lopez with 223. And then right behind, Garrett Cole at 221 with a strikeout here in this 4th inning. Here's Matt Chapman. Fastball in the outside corner called strike.
We've really seen Cole lean more on that spinning stuff lately, particularly over the last couple of months. Always a guy who's aggressive with his fastball, but he's been throwing a lot more breaking balls the last couple of months.
Sliders outside right on cue. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I think this is how Garrett Cole is just going to continue to thrive in his mid to late 30s. His velocity inevitably will decline.
Chapman slams one high and deep to center field. Ballpark looks like it's going to hold it. Florial shy of the track. Pulls in another deep fly ball from a Blue Jay bat. Toronto turned aside 1-2-3 here in this 5th. They've been blanked on 1 hit after 5 and trail 4-0 against New York. This is Blue Jays baseball brought to you by Crown Rust Protection. Streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
What if one day you went to your secret hiding place and instead of what you came for, you found a phone number, 1-800-662-HELP? What would you do? Would you stop and give it some thought? Before drugs take their toll on you and your family, know that there is help. You can quit. For help with drug use, call 1-800-662-HELP for free and confidential information and treatment referral, or go to samhsa.gov/knowtherisks.
Here's a fun fact for you. The average chameleon can point their eyes in 2 different directions. On the other hand, the average human can't. So unless you're a chameleon, there's absolutely no way you can focus on texting and driving at the same time. So don't do it, unless you're a chameleon.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Hi, William H. Macy here. What's a visit to Chicago without a stop at Benny's Beverage Depot? I've learned a lot of lines in my career, but one of the truest is, if you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Visit Desjardins.com/heart today. 4-0 New York. Jose Barrios to Esteban Florial. Swings and fouls first pitch back for strike 1. Florial turning in the biggest defensive play for the Yankees today, going to the wall, leaving his feet, pulling what would have been an extra base hit down from Bo Bichette. 0-1. Fouled away to the left. No balls and 2 strikes. Esteban Florial, Anthony Volpe, and Oswaldo Cabrera coming up. Two-run single from Giancarlo Stanton, a 2-run home run from Aaron Judge. That's the offensive production tonight for the visiting Yankees, who are looking to take the series win with a victory tonight. Oh, 2. Fouled back. Yankees head-to-head against the Blue Jays, winning 6 of the 11 so far to this point in the campaign. Remember, the new rules don't have 19 head-to-head matchups anymore. Each team within a division in the balanced schedule lost a series in each division foe's town. The 0-2. Slurved downstairs, 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's another reason the Blue Jays haven't hosted the New York Yankees since the middle of May. A long time in between these division foes locking up. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with the breaking ball. Another strikeout for Jose Barrios. Give him 9 on the night.
It's been a pretty fascinating year in the AL East as well, Ben, seeing the Yankees and the Red Sox towards the bottom of the standings. You think about Tampa Bay, the Rays joined the American League East when they were founded in 1998. And since that point, there has never been a finish of this division in which Baltimore, Tampa, and Toronto are the top 3 teams.
Anthony Volpe cracks the first pitch on 2 bounces, down to Chapman at third base, and he rifles a throw to first. He let that baby hum. 2 down.
It's just such a rare opportunity for teams like Baltimore, Toronto, and Tampa to see the Yankees and the Red Sox, these perennial contenders towards the bottom of the division. It speaks to the opportunity that is before the Blue Jays here as they try to sneak into the postseason.
Boston was in the race in the middle of June. Chaim Bloom had his job taken away from him because he didn't make enough aggressive moves to keep the Red Sox in it through the rest of the summer. Meanwhile, it was injuries that depleted the rotation, really cost the Yankees their season. Then, of course, massive injuries in their offensive attack. Losing Anthony Rizzo was a really tough blow, too. Cabrera takes low ball 1. Second pitch from Barrios. Change up down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. So, if you've got a strike when perennial powers within your division are deficient, now is the time, and you have to make your hay. The 2-0. Outside half of the plate, a called strike, and it's 2-1. I think in large part, one, the belief in what the Blue Jays and where they were headed for this season, and then embarking into the postseason, midway point of the year. That's why they improved the bullpen. They got another lefty. They got a setup man in Jordan Hicks. Swinging a foul back on the 2-1. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Not really exploring too long of a conversation about bulking up the rotation. Even with the absence of Alek Manoah this season, you knew you were going to get good distance from Hyunjin Ryu. The 2-2 out of play off to the left. And there still is an overwhelming belief that the offense that has been the Blue Jays season will still turn it around. Now we're 5.5 months into that belief. And of course, it's not how many, but from now on, it's when. It's when this Blue Jays offense decides to erupt.
Got about a week for that belief to become reality.
If it doesn't, a week from this Wednesday night, it might be postseason plans for the Toronto Blue Jays. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Cabrera goes into the glove. A double-figure strikeout night for Jose Barrios. But the right-hander sitting on the hook, trailing 4-0. Midway through 6. This is Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by Crown Rust Protection. Streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
At Toyota, we believe your vehicle is more than just your ride.
When you wanna bet on sports, played on a field or ice or courts,
Bet Rivers is the place.
over, under, money line, same game parlays, it's all fine.
We'll put a smile on your face.
Bet Rivers Sportsbook is your home for chance, where you can bet on the sports you love. Bet Rivers Sportsbook. Download the app.
Take a chance.
Must be 21 plus. Available in Illinois only. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss the excitement this winter at Purcell Pavilion and Compton Family Ice Arena. Season tickets are on sale now for Notre Dame hockey, men's and women's basketball games for the 2023-24 season. Also, don't miss Notre Dame football's regular season finale against Wake Forest on Saturday, November 18th. It's the last opportunity to catch the Irish at home inside Notre Dame Stadium this season. Tickets to all Fighting Irish home contests are available at fightingirish.com/buy tickets.
Hi, William H. Macy here. What's a visit to Chicago without a stop at Benny's Beverage Depot? I've learned a lot of lines in my career, but one of the truest is, if you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Come to any Major League ballpark and you'll experience more of what you love about baseball.
This one is going a long way.
More jaw-dropping defensive plays.
Takes a hit away.
More hits, more runs, more stolen bases.
Steals way into scoring position.
And the game moves fast, like 2.5 hours fast. So you can bring the whole family and still be home for bedtime. Quicker games, more action. Follow it all at MLB.com. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Blue Jays down 4-0. Whit Merrifield will lead it off against Garrett Cole. First pitch, fastball a little wide for ball 1. Whit Merrifield, Kevin Kiermaier back to the top of the card, and George Springer. 1-0 on the outside corner, evens the count at 1-1 strike. The Blue Jays are looking for their first run since the bases loaded walk in the 8th inning at the Trop on Sunday. They've been shut out since. Swing and a miss by Whit, and it's 1-2. Tonight, the lone hit, a leadoff double by Brandon Bell. Left at third base back in the second. Garrett Cole is just one over the minimum.
He's just thrown his 60th pitch here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Remarkable efficiency from Cole tonight.
The 1-2, down and away.
Trevor Richards starting to warm in the Blue Jays bullpen. We'll see what that means for Jose Barrios.
Could be the final start of his regular season. The 2-2. Tapped out to the shortstop. Volpe gloves it in front of his left cleat. Rifles the throw over to first, and that'll retire Merrifield. Well, Garrett Cole is trying to snap the streak of being a Cy Young Award finalist without winning a Cy Young Award. He's had top 5 Cy Young Award finalists with some of the game's elite 5 different times. Right-hander deals to Kevin Kiermaier, pulls a tapper on the right side. A slide by Cole. His feet went out from underneath him, went skidding on his knees, stayed with the play, and then fed the first baseman LeMahieu to get the out. Awkward finish to that play.
And I started this thought in the last inning, but Cole's working so quickly I didn't get to finish it. I think there is a path for him to be a Scherzer type, a Verlander type, a guy who's really effective through his mid-30s, into his late 30s, maybe even into his 40s, as we've seen from some of these guys, by leaning into the depth of his arsenal. Cole's cutter is very effective, as you've mentioned. The curveball is effective. We've seen Cole spinning pitches much more often lately. I think that's how he will overcome an inevitable dip in velocity as he ages.
Swinging a foul back. There's the changeup from Cole. Strike one on George Springer. There will be a point where he's not the power right-hander. He has to reinvent himself. It's not discounting his ability, his talent, his drive. Certainly, it's Father Time that'll do it to him.
And his last time out against the Jays, 55% of his pitches were sliders, curves, or cutters. In August and September, he has thrown 47% off speed and spin. It's not necessarily the Garrett Cole we're all accustomed to. He's always so aggressive with that fastball, really leaning into that power, but you're just seeing him make adjustments and adapt here late in the season.
Slider spins outside, and it's 1-2 on Springer. 2 down, nobody on here in the 6th inning. Blue Jays down 4-0. 1-2. Springer takes down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. St. Louis Bar and Grill out-of-town scoreboard tonight. The Rays in the 9th inning lead at Fenway 5-0. Orioles have a 5-1 lead in the Beltway series in Baltimore in the 7th. 2-2. Springer hit it in the air. Shallow in center. Florial motors forward. Camps out underneath it, a one-handed squeeze, and the Blue Jays are retired. 1-2-3 here in the 6th. 18 of 19 coming to the plate. Retired by the Yankee right-hander. New York 4, Toronto nothing. As we go to the 7th. This is Blue Jays baseball, brought to you by Crown Rust Protection, streaming through the new Sportsnet app and over the Sportsnet radio network.
With the price of a new vehicle,
Look out, golf fans. It's time to take a swing with the BetRivers Sportsbook app, where you can bet pre-tournament and in-play on all major tournaments around the world. Then track every shot with live streaming, live leaderboards with real-time updates, and interactive 3D course maps. Add BetRivers award-winning customer service, and it's a hole-in-one. BetRivers Sportsbook app. It's a whole new game.
Must be 21 plus. Available in Illinois only. Void where prohibited. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
If I would have kept making only the minimum payments on my credit cards, my debt would have taken me 47 years to pay off.
These are real National Debt Relief customers.
I knew I wasn't going to be able to get out of debt by myself.
Credit card, medical, or personal loan debt? National Debt Relief negotiates with your creditors to reduce what you owe.
National Debt Relief got me out of debt.
You could be debt-free in as little as 24 to 48 months. Visit nationaldebtrelief.com to learn more and get started. nationaldebtrelief.com.
What's going on? Kevin Hart here at Benny's, and I love companies with a soul. It's very important to me. So every time the Cubs leadoff man gets a hit, Benny's Beverage Depot, they'll donate $100 to area food banks, which is huge. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth trying. Just put that in there.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss the excitement this winter at Purcell Pavilion and Compton Family Ice Arena. Season tickets are on sale now for Notre Dame hockey, men's and women's basketball games for the 2023-24 season. Also, don't miss Notre Dame football's regular season finale against Wake Forest on Saturday, November 18th. It's the last opportunity to catch the Irish at home inside Notre Dame Stadium this season. Tickets to all Fighting Irish home contests are available at fightingirish.com/buy tickets.
We go to the 7th inning. The Yankees have a 4-0 lead, and the Blue Jays make a pitching change, brought to you by Certainteed, the pro's choice for roofing, siding, drywall, insulation, and ceiling systems. Certainteed Pro all the way. Kind of got the feeling when we saw the handshakes and the taps on the back for Jose Barrios when he went into the dugout during the last half inning. And with John Schneider and Pete Walker. After his first outing of double-digit strikeouts, 10 of them tonight against the New York Yankees, but placed in a 4-0 run. 4-0 New York as we go to the 7th, and Trevor Richards takes over. Outing number 54 on the year for the right-hander. His fastball is upstairs on Oswald Peraza for ball 1. 8, 9, and 1 coming up for New York. Rort Vedden then back to the top of the card with DJ LeMahieu. A 1-0. Fastball over for a called strike, and it's 1-1.
Have to assume that is Jose Barrios' final outing of the 2023 season, so he finishes the campaign with 189 2/3 innings pitched, a 3.65 ERA, Ben.
Another workhorse as well, 32 starts for the 4th time in his career.
What a bounce-back season for Barrios, making his hard luck 2022 look like a complete outlier.
Swing and a miss, 2 balls and 2 strikes. I mean, everything factors in. The numbers tell you it was better. The eye test certainly tells you it was a much better season for the Blue Jay right-hander.
Just remember the question marks around him coming into spring training.
The 2-2, bounce to the plate. Changeup moves the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Justified ones. Barrios had a 5.23 ERA last season.
That was kind of the tenor last year through the offseason. We heard from general manager Ross Atkins as well. 3-2. Fastball called strike 3 across the knees. Or no. No, that was ball 4. Holy smokes. John Schneider wanted to hear strike 3. Chris Dreckman did not call that pitch a strike.
John Schneider, Trevor Richards, Alejandro Kirk, all 3 of them sharing your shock that was not called strike 3. Borderline pitch, but certainly looked like it caught the bottom of the strike zone.
Number 9 hitter is Wertfed. It's a fastball in the outside corner. Now I know what the yell was. It wasn't from the home plate umpire just bellowing out strike. That was somebody doing it because they didn't hear it from the umpire. 4-0 New York. Leadoff walk. 0-1. Check swing. Offer at the changeup. No, he did not. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike on the Yankee catcher. A couple of stops on the St. Louis Bar and Grill out-of-town scoreboard. Matchups later on tonight, certainly concerning the Blue Jays. Mariners will host the Astros again, and the Rangers continue their series at the Big A. Changeup cut on and missed, and it's 1-2. Bryce Miller will toll the slap for the Mariners tonight. Framber Valdez hits the ball for Houston on the road. Dane Dunning against Griffin Canning, the matchup in L.A. One-two. Check swing. Another changeup. This time went around and down on strikes. 1 away here in the 7th. Elsewhere on the St. Louis Bar and Grill out-of-town scoreboard. They're getting late in Baltimore. Orioles have a 5-1 lead over the Washington Nationals. They're now in the 9th at Fenway. The Rays 5 and the Red Sox nothing. Once again, that Ray and Baltimore outcome impacting bottle tops that are ready to pop. DJ LeMahieu drills the first pitch up the right field line that slices foul. Orioles can clinch their first American League Eastern Division title since 2014 and the #1 seed in the AL with a win over the Nats and a Rays loss. So Boston needs to help out Baltimore. And that's not happening right now. Moved by Richards over to first. Hustling back goes Peraza. DJ LeMahieu had a significant at bat in the outcome tonight already. Worked a 4-pitch walk in the 4th inning. And then Jose Barrios didn't want to fall behind on Aaron Judge. Laid a heater over, and Judge took it over the wall in right center field. 0-1. Offered at by LeMahieu, and it's 0-2. 2-run single by Giancarlo Stanton in the 5th, doubling up the score. 4-0 New York. Oh-2. Swing and a miss. LeMahieu's down on strikes. A dozen Yankees have been fanned by Blue Jay pitching tonight. 2 down in front of the stretch here at Rogers Center. Aaron Judge deposits number 36 into his own bullpen back in the 4th inning, and it scored one of the 2 runs knocked in by Stanton in the 5th. The pitch. Change up inside, ball 1 on Judge.
Blue Jays been working Judge inside all night. Obviously not with that fastball that Barrios gave him for the home run, but saw that again Judge's next time up, and now Richards starts him inside as well.
Swing and a miss at a changeup, and it's 1-1. Runner at first, held by Guerrero. The 1-1. Change inside. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, Richards staying inside against Judge. He's thrown him only change-ups to this point. A couple that missed inside, one that was down, the Judge swung over.
The 2-1. Hit high, deep, and long gone by Aaron Judge. Into the 200 level. Another round tripper for Aaron Judge. The first one the opposite way. The second a no doubter deep into the seats in left.
No question about it. And it's another changeup inside from Trevor Richards. That's all that Richards threw him in this AB. Changeups inside. Judge had seen it 3 times already. He'd taken 2. He'd swung over 1. This changeup just doesn't get far enough in. It is on the plate. Judge clearly had his sights set in that area, had seen the changeup 3 times, saw it a 4th, and did not miss.
Fastball cut on and fouled back by Gleyber Torres for strike 1.
Really good hitters will figure out what you are trying to do to them in a hurry, and they will make adjustments within an at-bat to time up your pitch and do what Aaron Judge just did.
Torres lashes one right back up the box, turning around a fastball. A base hit for Gleyber Torres. And a 2-out base runner for New York. 6-0 Yankees. After the changeup went to the well one too many times against one of the game's elite hitters, and Aaron Judge, who now has 37 home runs on the season. He's driven home 4 tonight, and he scored 3 runs. Giancarlo Stanton's up next. Alejandro Kirk out to the hill. Quick conversation. Gives us a chance to look at our Bet365 standings. With Bet365, you can watch thousands of live games. Build your own bet, even make a bet while the game is still being played. 19 plus. Play responsibly, Ontario only. Stanton swung at a pitch down in the dirt. That's strike 1 on Stanton. 37 home runs for Aaron Judge. That matches him with Adolis Garcia, who's also spent significant time on the injured list. Luis Robert Jr. in the AL with 38. Stan takes a changeup down and in. It's incredible that Shohei Ohtani has been out since the middle of August and still leads the American League with 44 home runs. 1-1 to Stanton. That's called high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two 1. Swing and a miss. Got the fastball by him.
Judge has the most home runs in baseball since 2021 with 138. Matt Olson's second on that list, 126. Shohei Ohtani third, 124.
2-2 to Stanton. Swinging a foul back. Home run tonight, the second for Aaron Judge, 424 feet.
Yeah, neither of these have been cheapies. Both of them were gone off the bat.
The 2-2. Stanton swings at a pitch down and in. He's retired on strikes. Judge leaves the ballpark again, his second home run of the night, making it 6-0 New York in downtown Toronto, where it's time for us to stretch. This is Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by Crown Rust Protection, streaming through the new Sportsnet app and over the Sportsnet Radio Network.
With the cost of living going up?
What's going on? Kevin Hart here at Benny's, and I love companies with a soul. It's very important to me. So every time the Cubs leadoff man gets a hit, Benny's Beverage Depot, they'll donate $100 to area food banks, which is huge. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth trying. Just put that in.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss the excitement this winter at Purcell Pavilion and Compton Family Ice Arena. Season tickets are on sale now for Notre Dame hockey, men's and women's basketball games for the 2023-24 season. Also, don't miss Notre Dame football's regular season finale against Wake Forest on Saturday, November 18th. It's the last opportunity to catch the Irish at home inside Notre Dame Stadium this season. Tickets to all Fighting Irish home contests are available at fightingirish.com/buy tickets.
Come to any major league ballpark and you'll experience more of what you love about baseball.
This one is going a long way.
More jaw-dropping defensive plays.
Takes a hit away.
More hits, more runs, more stolen bases.
Steals way into scoring position.
And the game moves fast, like 2.5 hours fast. So you can bring the whole family and still be home for bedtime. Quicker games, more action. Follow it all at MLB.com. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Yankees have a 6-0 lead behind the right-hander who's been dominant tonight. Garrett Cole pitches in the 7th against Bo Bichette. First pitch, a fastball on the inside corner for strike one on Bo. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Brandon Belt coming up. Blue Jays trying to find their offense tonight. Cole misses low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Blue Jays blanked on 1 hit. Bo bounces it towards third. Stepping to his left, Peraza has it. Fires to first in time. 1 up and 1 down. Blue Jays baseball is being brought to you by WestJet. Extra vacation days, we've got a flight for that. Book your flight across Canada at WestJet.com. WestJet, proud to be the official airline of your Toronto Blue Jays. The WestJet home run leader is Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's got 26. And another head-to-head matchup against Cole. Pitch in there for a cold strike one with a cutter. But he starts behind. 0 for 2 tonight. Popped up on the diamond and to center field. 0-1. High fly ball. Left center field. Back from short Volpe. Outfielders converging, but the shortstop stays with the play. And Guerrero's retired. 2 down here in the 7th.
Cole's thrown 16 first pitch strikes to 21 batters. Patented aggressiveness from Cole, who is a dangerous guy at any point, but really dangerous when he's pitching with a 6-run lead, and he can ramp up that aggressiveness even further.
Here's the guy that has the only hit tonight for Toronto. Brandon Belt takes down an in ball 1. Ripped up the right field line, but foul. Yanked it off into the seats. 1 ball and 1 strike on Belt, who's the only blemish in Cole's line tonight, retiring 20 of 21. Leadoff double and stranded at third back in the 2nd. And he loops one into left center field. It's down for a base hit. That stirs up a little noise here at Rogers Center. A 2 out, opposite field single for Brandon Belt.
Yeah, Cole figured he had Belt's bat sped up after that 96-mile-per-hour fastball was yanked foul, so he comes back with this changeup away. Belt does a nice job to serve it the opposite way. Garrett Cole with just a classic reaction on the mound, like, man, he just did that to me.
Looks like a disappointed father. That kind of look. There's Kevin Biggio. Fastball over for a called strike. I say that with conviction, like I've received that look before, you know. The 0-1. Fastball's high, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, it made sense. He came in with the fastball. Belt hooked it way foul to the pull side. So he figures, okay, he's sped up. Let's go change up away, and I'll sneak this past his bat. And Belt slowed down, stayed with it, went to the opposite field. Nice piece of hitting, honestly, by Brandon Belt.
1-1. Outside corner, and it's 1-2 on Biggio.
That's a veteran beating a veteran at some veteran games.
Right, exactly. And it's the mindset, too, for a guy like Brandon Belt. Be like, you did me a favor. I've been working on my timing. I haven't played a lot in the last month. You're slowing down the game for me while I'm trying to find my rhythm again. 1-2. In the air over the diamond. Cole starts to stop off towards the first baseline. The shortstop Volpe screaming for it. He's there to make the play, retiring Biggio and the Blue Jays. 7 in the books here in downtown Toronto. All New York tonight. Garrett Cole dominant. Aaron Judge doing it at the plate. 6-0 New York. This is Blue Jays baseball, brought to you by Crown Rust Protection. Streaming at sportsnet.ca and over the Sportsnet Radio Network.
All right, everyone, step up and down.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
What's going on? Kevin Hart here at Benny's, and I love companies with a soul. It's very important to me. So every time the Cubs leadoff man gets a hit, Benny's Beverage Depot, they'll donate $100 to area food banks, which is huge. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth trying. Just put that in there.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss the excitement this winter at Purcell Pavilion and Compton Family Ice Arena. Season tickets are on sale now for Notre Dame hockey, men's and women's basketball games for the 2023-24 season. Also, don't miss Notre Dame football's regular season finale against Wake Forest on Saturday, November 18th. It's the last opportunity to catch the Irish at home inside Notre Dame Stadium this season. Tickets to all Fighting Irish home contests are available at fightingirish.com/buy tickets.
Come to any Major League ballpark and you'll experience more of what you love about baseball.
This one is going a long way.
More jaw-dropping defensive plays.
Takes a hit away.
More hits, more runs, more stolen bases.
Steals way into scoring position.
And the game moves fast, like 2.5 hours fast. So you can bring the whole family and still be home for bedtime. Quicker games, more action. Follow it all at MLB.com. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Desjardins Insurance. Insurance with a heart so big it shows. Visit Desjardins.com/heart today. 6-0 New York. Blue Jays dip back into the bullpen. Yoenis Cabrera will make his 59th combined appearance. Pitching change brought to you by Certainty, the pro's choice for roofing, siding, drywall, insulation, and ceiling systems. Certainty, pro all the way. Lefty on lefty with Cabrera is Esteban Florio. Anthony Volpe, then the switch hitting is Waldo Cabrera. Yankees have a 2-homer game from Aaron Judge and a dominant pitching performance from Garrett Cole. That's it. That's what you need to know about tonight. Cabrera to Florio. Swing and a miss. Strike one.
I haven't seen a ton of Cabrera lately. This will only be his 4th appearance in the last 2 weeks. Blue Jays looking to get him a little bit of work, get him back in the zone a bit more consistently.
That's twofold. The 0-1. Fastball a touch low. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Blue Jays have 12 straight games against 2 teams that don't have a lot of left-handed hitters in it. The New York Yankees are depleted of their left-handed hitting this season, and all the left-handed hitters for the Tampa Bay Rays are injured. Pitch down low on Florio, 2 balls and 1 strike. So you're not going to get a lot of Tim Mason. You're not going to get a lot of Yoenis Cabrera. The 2-1 pulled foul, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
But Cabrera is somebody who the Blue Jays are going to want to get some work down the stretch. They're going to want to allow him to work through some of the control and command issues we've seen from him of late. Could be an important piece in a wild card series. Always nice having that second lefty after Tim Meza.
Swinging a liner into right field, screaming towards Springer, fights the lights and lost the ball. He knocked that ball down, stayed with it in front of his feet. Now he's frustrated at the completion of that play on a sinking liner hit right at him.
Yeah, I think that ball just died a bit quickly on George Springer, and no doubt that he lost it in the lights. It really was on that perfect plane where he would have been looking up into those LEDs. The ball just dies on Springer, skips right in front of his glove. If he'd moved in a couple more steps, he could have caught it.
Anthony Volpe starts the square, pulls back, ball one.
Actually kicked off the heel of his glove.
1-0. Fastball over for a called strike, and it's 1-1. Yeah, it was a cautious approach by Springer. Clearly, it was in the lights, maybe had a little knuckle on it, but he had the glove turned over, fingers down, and it hit right off the heel of the glove.
And it was stung. 108 off the bat.
The 1-1. Fouled away at the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Top of the 8th. 6-zip. New York. One, 2. That's bounced in. Knocked down by Kirk. No aggression with a 6-0 lead by Florial. Give you an update on the Bergmanis Pereira personal injury report. If your insurance company has a heavy hitter at the plate, get ahead of the count and call Bergmanis Pereira personal injury lawyers. You focus on getting better. Bergmanis Pereira will take care of the rest. Visit bplawyers.ca. Two to Volpe. That's pulled foul. Stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. A little chatter around Danny Jansen out of the manager's office today. Blue Jay backstop fractured his finger when the Blue Jays were in Colorado when a foul ball came down on the top of his right throwing hand. He had a screw planted in between both of the knuckles of the middle finger. But he was more active over the last couple of days at Rogers Center than he's been in those weeks in between. The 2-2 fouled back. Stays 2 balls and 2 strikes on Volpe. And while active doesn't necessarily mean a lot of baseball activity either. They're just trying to keep the lower half really engaged for Danny Jansen. I don't think, even if the Blue Jays get into the American League Division Series, let alone the ALCS, there's much of a chance Danny Jansen gets a bat in his hand for the Blue Jays in their playoff aspirations.
They aren't going to officially rule him out until they have to, and they have to submit that wild card roster on Tuesday, but it would really be a stretch for Danny Jansen to be available.
2-2, liner down to third base, played on a short hop by Chapman. Cabizio for one on to first in time. A low line drive and a hesitation by Florial. Volpe hit that ball hard. It's stuck in the web of Matt Chapman on the short hop, who goes around the horn for a double play. Two down here in the 8th. We're inside the Timber Mart broadcast booth tonight. Blue Jays, Yankees. Game 2 of their 3-game set. We'll wrap it up tomorrow night, 7 o'clock across the network. Oswaldo Cabrera jumps on the first pitch towards the alley in right center. Bare hand extended by Springer to Kiermaier. Stop signs up. Springer makes the play. Cabrera retired. Minimum base by Cabrera. That's Genesis Cabrera in the 8th inning. 7.5 past us. Yankees 6, Blue Jays nothing. This is Blue Jays baseball, brought to you by Crown Rust Protection, streaming at sportsnet.ca and over the Sportsnet radio network.
A next level weekend to celebrate the best fans in Hi, Chicago. I'm Brian Cranston.
And I'm Aaron Paul at Benny's Beverage Depot.
Try our Dos Hombres Mezcal made from hand-selected agave in a small village in Oaxaca, Mexico.
Get it at Benny's with all of your favorites.
And if you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Cheers.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss the excitement this winter at Purcell Pavilion and Compton Family Ice Arena. Season tickets are on sale now for Notre Dame hockey, men's and women's basketball games for the 2023-24 season. Also, don't miss Notre Dame football's regular season finale against Wake Forest on Saturday, November 18th. It's the last opportunity to catch the Irish at home inside Notre Dame Stadium this season. Tickets to all Fighting Irish home contests are available at fightingirish.com/buy tickets.
Come to any major league ballpark and you'll experience more of what you love about baseball.
This one is going a long way.
More jaw-dropping defensive plays.
Takes a hit away.
More hits, more runs, more stolen bases.
Steals way into scoring position.
And the game moves fast, like 2.5 hours fast. So you can bring the whole family and still be home for bedtime. Quicker games, more action. Follow it all at MLB.com. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Every 2 seconds, a hospital patient needs a life-saving blood transfusion. Every 2 seconds, there's an urgent need for blood donation. Every second matters. In an emergency, doctors may face impossible choices. Who gets blood and who must wait? Will you roll up a sleeve and give? Because of you, life doesn't stop. Donate blood. Make your appointment today at Vitalant.org.
Garrett Cole authoring one of his most dominant pitching performances of the season. A 2-hit shutout to this point. Curveball on the outside half, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Kirk takes a strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-2. Garrett Cole's lone complete game was a shutout this season. He's going after a complete game shutout for the 5th time in his career. The 1-2. Too far outside. Evens the count on Kirk at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Veteran right-hander picks up the target for his 85th pitch of the night. Now time called by Kirk just before Cole started to rock towards the plate. I get the feeling we are far, far away from the finish line for Garrett Cole. He's had big-time pitching counts, 110 on the season, the max, 107 his last time out against the Blue Jays. A fastball from Cole just outside, and it's 3-2.
It's nothing to save anything for. This will be his last appearance of the season. No playoffs for the Yankees. Might as well leave it all out there.
3-2, swinging a foul back. Well, if he's ever trying to make a memory for potential Cy Young Award voters, he has seared one into their memory tonight. 3-2 on a line, straightaway center. Florio started in, now drifts back. He'll run it down. Kirk retired leading off this 8th inning.
He came into tonight already sitting on 200 innings pitched. You just don't see it that often in today's game.
Most in the career for the veteran right-hander, 212. That's when he led the American League with a 2.50 earned run average. In that tremendous 2019 season, a 20-game winner and a runner-up to the Cy Young Award. Now Chapman flips the first pitch out of play off to the right for strike 1. That 2021 campaign is easy to pinpoint. When Cole was so good and finished as a runner-up to the Blue Jays' Robbie Ray. 0-1, yank foul.
And on the other side, We are now 16 1/3 innings into this series. The Blue Jays have 5 hits, 0 runs.
4 singles out of those 5 hits, too. So 0-2. Fastball, called a ball. Cole thought that was going to be strike 3. He might have been right. Didn't get the up and out. One-two. Ground ball to the shortstop. Volpe funnels it up. Double clutches out of the glove. Retires Chapman at first base with the throw. And there are 2 down. Two up, 2 down in the 8th inning. We're coming to you from the Timbermart broadcast booth tonight here in downtown Toronto. This is the place the Blue Jays will be to close out the regular season. Wood swings and misses. Strike 1 at the slider. Yankees and Blue Jays tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Blue Jays and Rays on Friday night, same time. 0-1. Popped up off the fist. Through foul territory next to the coach's box. LeMahieu is there. He makes a 2-handed squeeze. And Garrett Cole is cruising through 8 shutout frames on just 92 pitches. You'll see him in the 9th as well. The Blue Jays to the plate. We'll have Kiermaier, Springer, and Bichette when we get there. Top of the 9th is next. 6-0 New York. This is Blue Jays baseball, brought to you by Crown Rust Protection. Streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors.
Hi, Chicago. I'm Brian Cranston.
And I'm Aaron Paul at Benny's Beverage Depot.
Try our Dos Hombres Mezcal made from hand-selected agave in a small village in Oaxaca, Mexico.
Get it at Benny's with all of your favorites.
And if you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Cheers.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss the excitement this winter at Purcell Pavilion and Compton Family Ice Arena. Season tickets are on sale now for Notre Dame hockey, men's and women's basketball games for the 2023-24 season. Also, don't miss Notre Dame football's regular season finale against Wake Forest on Saturday, November 18th. It's the last opportunity to catch the Irish at home inside Notre Dame Stadium this season. Tickets to all Fighting Irish home contests are available at fightingirish.com/buy tickets.
City of Hope. We're more than just a top-ranked cancer hospital. For over 100 years, we've been making breakthroughs, pushing the limits of what's possible, targeting cancer at the molecular level, pioneering treatments used worldwide. At City of Hope, your entire cancer-fighting team is bound together by a single mission: to cure your cancer. And now City of Hope is closer than ever, providing patients in Northern Illinois the cancer care they deserve. Learn more at cancercenter.com. Come to any Major League ballpark and you'll experience more of what you love about baseball.
This one is going a long way.
More jaw-dropping defensive plays.
Takes a hit away.
More hits, more runs, more stolen bases.
Steals way into scoring position.
And the game moves fast, like 2.5 hours fast. So you can bring the whole family and still be home for bedtime. Quicker games, more action. Follow it all at MLB.com. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Blue Jays trailing 6-0 as we move into the 9th inning. Jay Jackson out to work for Toronto. A pitching change brought to you by Certainty, the Pro's Choice for roofing, siding, drywall, insulation, and ceiling systems. Certainty, Pro all the way. Oswald Peraza, Ben Rortvedt, and then DJ LeMahieu coming up. Right-hander Jay Jackson circles the bump. Blue Jays down 6-0. After tonight, only 4 games remain, and the Blue Jays need 3 wins. Oswald Peraza at the plate. Swings and fouls it back, strike 1. Look at the St. Louis Bar and Grill Out of Town scoreboard. Could provide a little help in that endeavor. Simply go Astros.
It's hard to figure out
who
the Blue Jays want to win there. They're going to gain or not lose a game on someone. Well, we'll see how this ends. And lose a game on someone else.
Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes.
They're going to stay level with one of those teams and lose a game with someone else if this score holds.
Blue Jays had a 1.5 game lead over the Astros. 0-2. Popped up behind the plate. Kirk gives it a run and gets stopped at the top step by Aaron Boone.
It's tricky because the Astros have only 4 games left. Blue Jays and Mariners have 5 games left, including tonight's play.
Mariners have played really well against the Astros this season, going 9-3. They have not had a good month.
No.
Oh, 2 to Peraza. In the air, right center field. Kiermaier, Springer racing into the alley. Springer taking charge, that ball slicing to him. And there's one down.
This is Jay Jackson's first appearance against New York Yankees since the one that you may remember in May when Jackson surrendered a rather large home run to Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge caught by our Sportsnet broadcast peeking towards what appeared to be his first base coach before Jackson delivered his pitch. Caused a little bit of controversy at the time, as you may remember.
Then Rortvedt gets a slider over for a called strike. He wasn't the only Yankee side-eyeing coaches, both on the left-handed batter's box and the right-handed batter's box. But he was the most prominent. 0-1. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jay Jackson took ownership of it a little bit too after that, and the controversy that followed after the commentary that linked up with the visuals on where Aaron Judge's glances were flashing, and he said, listen, I shouldn't have been, one, exposing my pitches, let alone tipping my pitches. Ground ball tapped towards first, backhanded pickup by Vladdy, feeds Jackson coming over to cover the bag, and there are 2 down.
Yeah, Jay took ownership of it, admitted he was tipping, went down to Buffalo, did some work to correct that, change his mechanics. New York Yankees are a team that puts a lot of resources into scouting and into video, into gaining any advantage that they can.
2 down for DJ LeMahieu here in this 9th. The pitch. Ground ball kicks off the top of the mound, scoots into center field. First hit of the series for LeMahieu. 2-out base runner for the New York Yankees, and guess who is coming back up?
Wouldn't you know it? Jackson's going to face Judge.
It was a matchup that was widely discussed out of that month of May. Jackson sent Aaron Judge a slider, but it looked to be the coaches relaying the pitch to Yankee hitters, and Judge creamed one. Now he's blasted 2 tonight, both in dominant fashion from the right-handed batter's box. The first, a screaming liner the opposite way into the Yankee bullpen at right, and then a 424-foot shot halfway through the 200 level into left, his last time at the plate. He takes down and away, ball 1. A 1-0. Slider away. 2 balls and no strikes.
Jackson staying away from Judge here with a couple of sliders off the outside corner. Count leverage for Judge. Always a dangerous situation for a pitcher.
34th multiple homer game in the career of Aaron Judge. Slider inside, 3 balls and no strikes. And with his 2 home runs tonight, nobody has a better OPS in this building's history than Aaron Judge. He checks in with this plate appearance at 12-18. Takes a fastball low on 3-0.
Nothing anywhere even close to the strike zone from Jay Jackson here. That's just how intimidating Aaron Judge is. So locked in. Already has 2 homers tonight. really can't fault the pitcher for not wanting to tango with him, for just moving on to Gleyber Torres.
A couple of finals on the St. Louis Bar and Grill Out-of-Town scoreboard tonight. No celebration in the clubhouse in Baltimore. 5-1 win over the Nationals, but the Rays shut out the Red Sox tonight 5-0. Gleyber Torres, the batter. Swings and fouls it back, strike one. Orioles needed a loss for the Tampa Bay Rays tonight to secure the #1 spot in the American League and clinch their first division since 2014. It's on hold for the moment. First and second for New York. The 0-1 to Torres. Fastball in there for a called strike, and it's 0-2. Torres tonight 1 for 3 with a walk. Had a 2-out single in the 7th inning and was stranded. Took too far of a turn around third base back in the 5th when he was thrown out on that awkward play that scored 2. 0-2. Ground ball to Bichette. Down to a knee. Short feed over to second on the fielder's choice. Torres bounces into that, retires the side for New York. 6-0 Yankees, and Garrett Cole's going to climb the dugout steps looking for the CG here in TO. 6-0 New York. Last of the ninth is next. This is Blue Jays Baseball, brought to you by Crown Rust Protection. Streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
With the price of a new vehicle?
Hi, Chicago. I'm Brian Cranston.
And I'm Aaron Paul at Benny's Beverage Depot.
Try our Dos Hombres Mezcal made from hand-selected agave in a small village in Oaxaca, Mexico.
Get it at Benny's with all of your favorites.
And if you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Cheers.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss the excitement this winter at Purcell Pavilion and Compton Family Ice Arena. Season tickets are on sale now for Notre Dame hockey, men's and women's basketball games for the 2023-24 season. Also, don't miss Notre Dame football's regular season finale against Wake Forest on Saturday, November 18th. It's the last opportunity to catch the Irish at home inside Notre Dame Stadium this season. Tickets to all Fighting Irish home contests are available at fightingirish.com/buy tickets.
Come to any Major League ballpark and you'll experience more of what you love about baseball.
This one is going a long way.
More jaw-dropping defensive plays.
Takes a hit away.
More hits, more runs, more stolen bases.
Steals way into scoring position.
And the game moves fast, like 2.5 hours fast. So you can bring the whole family and still be home for bedtime. Quicker games, more action. Follow it all at MLB.com. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Reminder that J-Stock follows every single game. Blair and Barker have the post-game show tonight. They are both down at the Rogers Center. They will take your phone calls after the final out, discuss the start from Jose Barrios, certainly the start from one Garrett Cole, the home runs from Aaron Judge, the offense, once again, I am sure. Get to it all with B&B on J-Stock. J-Strail, the Yankees, 6-0, heading to the bottom of the 9th inning. Down at the Rogers Center in our Timber Mart broadcast booth, here's Ben Wagner and Arden Zwelling.
Kevin Kiermaier will lead off the home 9th inning for Toronto. Gets a first pitch strike off the outside corner. And it's 0-1 on the left-handed batter. Blue Jays only threatened Garrett Cole once tonight. Brandon Belt had a leadoff double, then was left at third in the second. He's just 2 over the minimum this evening. And without a gaudy strikeout total, it's hard to say, just at first blush that this is a dominant performance. But if you have watched Garrett Cole meticulously work against this lineup, he has been unflappable. 0-2 on Kiermaier. The right-hander deals. Check swing, takes a fastball up and away, and it's 1-2. 26 batters faced, looking for his second complete game shutout of the season. His first at the stadium in the Bronx against the Twins back in the middle of April. The 1-2, swinging a foul ball down the Blue Jay dugout on the third base side. That lands in the seats. So it stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. 10 strikeouts against the Twins, issued 1 walk. A 2-hit complete game shutout. Cole's allowed 2 hits tonight. 1-2, down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 4 strikeouts, no walks. There's been a couple of loud contact balls put in play. The 2-2. Ripped. Foul up the right field line. Not by much either. TJ LeMahieu had the glove hand stretched out, trying to make an attempt at that ball. That was ever so close to becoming an extra base hit for Kevin Kiermaier and the Blue Jays. Missed it by about 2 feet, just outside the line and right. Kiermaier tonight, a fly ball to center and a comebacker that Cole handled, sliding to his knees and then making the flip to first. 2-2, bounce towards first, hugs the line. That's foul. And it stays 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now 100 pitches deep into his outing against the Blue Jays, hitting the century mark with 68 strikes and 32 balls. Cole was taxed for a 107 pitch outing in 8 frames against the Blue Jays during his last start. The most that he's thrown in any start this season, 110. The 2-2, swing and a miss. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. First out in the 9th. A climb to the top of the card in George Springer. Blue Jays haven't scored a run since the 8th at the Trop on Sunday. Springer with the liner at second, caught by Torres, 2 down. After that long battle against Kevin Kiermaier, boy, did things ever level up quickly on the lineout on the first pitch from the bat of Springer.
It's what you want to do against Garrett Cole. You want to be aggressive. You want to look for that first pitch strike. He has thrown 21 first pitch strikes to 27 batters here. George Springer just lines this one directly into an infielder's glove.
There's Bo Bichette. First pitch fastball called strike 1. Garrett Cole has gotten everything and more from the Yankees offense, including a pair of home runs tonight for Aaron Judge, his 36th and 37th. Curveball down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. A 2-run single from Giancarlo Stanton. Those are your likely offensive villains when you think about the New York Yankees. The 1-1. Bo hits it back up the middle. Volpe is there. He's got it behind the bag. Throws to first in time to finish the ball game. And Garrett Cole has done nothing but cement the opportunity to harness his first career Cy Young Award. He does it with a complete game shutout here at Rogers Center. He blanks the Blue Jays on just a couple of hits. A double by Brandon Belt and a single by Brandon Belt. The only offense the Blue Jays could muster against Cole tonight, who has certainly authored one of his most dominant pitching seasons in his 10-year Major League career.
How about TJ LeMahieu immediately giving that ball to Garrett Cole? You know that's going to be a special one for him. The complete game shutout here against the Blue Jays. Cole was just dominant throughout. 22 first pitch strikes to 28 batters. Fastballs up and sliders away from righties. Fastballs in and curveballs down to lefties. The odd sneaky cutter to either side of the platoon. Blue Jays hit 2 balls well in this game. Bo Bichette, 103 miles per hour to center, fly out. Matt Chapman, 102 miles per hour to center, fly out. Other than those 2 balls in play, the Blue Jays put nothing in play off their bat at over 100 miles per hour against Garrett Cole. He was nothing short of masterful.
The 5th career complete game shutout for the right-hander Garrett Cole. He does the most recent here at Rogers Center tonight. The Yankees pick up the series victory on the big bat of Aaron Judge. 6-0 shutout win over the Blue Jays. We'll take you through the totals, get our play of the game, and then get you ready for Jeff Blair and Kevin Barker. And, of course, you with your texts and your phone calls coming up with Blue Jays Talk. That follows this as a reminder, your final score, the New York Yankees 6 and the Toronto Blue Jays nothing. This is Blue Jays Baseball brought to you by Crown Rust Protection, streaming at sportsnet.ca and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Want to be certain your reno goes right?
Hi, Chicago. I'm Brian Cranston.
And I'm Aaron Paul at Benny's Beverage Depot.
Try our Dos Hombres Mezcal made from hand-selected agave in a small village in Oaxaca, Mexico.
Get it at Benny's with all of your favorites.
And if you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Cheers.
Fighting Irish fans, don't miss the excitement this winter at Purcell Pavilion and Compton Family Ice Arena. Season tickets are on sale now for Notre Dame hockey, men's and women's basketball games for the 2023-24 season. Also, don't miss Notre Dame football's regular season finale against Wake Forest on Saturday, November 18th. It's the last opportunity to catch the Irish at home inside Notre Dame Stadium this season. Tickets to all Fighting Irish home contests are available at fightingirish.com/buy tickets.
57 at-bats. They've only had 5 hits and have not scored a run against the New York Yankees. Blank last night, blank tonight behind the stellar pitching performance of Garrett Cole. I'm Ben Wagner. Arden's Welling coming up in just a second after the totals and, of course, our play of the game momentarily. New York with a 6-0 win. The Yankees now will secure at least a .500 finish in the regular season. Their 81st victory of the year, 81-77. The Blue Jays are 87-71 with the setback. New York, 6 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. At the plate, Yankees strand 6, go 1 for 3 with runners in scoring position. The Blue Jays shut out on just 2 base hits, both for Brandon Belt, a double and a single for the veteran first base/DH. 2 stranded and 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Jose Barrios will settle with the loss, allowed 4 runs earned over 6 frames in his start today, and he falls below the .500 mark at 11-12. Barrios, a season high 10 strikeouts. What an awkward line for Jose Barrios tonight. Dominant in the strikeout department, but 4 runs earned on 5 hits over 6 innings. He falls to 11-12. Trevor Richards, Yedesis Cabrera, Jay Jackson out of the bullpen. That was not needed on the New York side at all. The only thing the bullpen did tonight for New York, retrieve an Aaron Judge home run ball because Garrett Cole was dominant. His 15th win of the season, a 9-inning complete game, 2-hit shutout, 5 strikeouts, and no walks for Garrett Cole tonight in 2 hours and 13 minutes. 31,923 at the ballpark here. Watched it all unfold. Time now for our play of the game, brought to you by Bet365. With Bet365, you can bet on things like player props, totals, or game outcomes across many different sports. 19 plus, play responsibly, Ontario only. Well, in this ball game, Aaron Judge took center stage much like he did a year ago when he hit that milestone home run against the Blue Jays here in this building. 366 days later, he got the Yankees offense started. After a 4-pitch walk to DJ LeMahieu, drilled the first pitch on a rising liner into the bullpen in right field, and it was 2-0 New York. A 2-run single by Giancarlo Stanton with the sacks packed in the 5th inning made it 4-0. And then Aaron Judge got another look at the Blue Jays in the 7th. The 2-1. Hit high, deep, and long gone by Aaron Judge. Into the 200 level. Another round tripper for Aaron Judge. The first one the opposite way. The second a no-doubter deep into the seats in left.
That is 113 off the bat, 424 feet to left by Aaron Judge. Trevor Richards just went back to the changeup one time too many. Missed with his first one inside. Got Judge to whiff on one below the zone on his second pitch of the plate appearance. Missed with another one inside. Then tried to go inside with the changeup again. 4th changeup in the plate appearance. Judge had it timed up. He saw it well. He knew where Richards was trying to pitch him, and he absolutely demolished that pitch. But what do you want Trevor Richards to do? These are the impossible situations that Aaron Judge puts you in. What are you going to do? Throw him a fastball away? Jose Barrios tried that earlier in the game. How'd that go? That ball ended up in the Yankees bullpen the opposite way. Aaron Judge is just a special, special hitter. He has 37 homers now in 103 games. What's that worth? Probably about 9 years and $360 million large.
Well, worth every penny in that equation, especially what he's been able to do in this building. The highest OPS of any Blue Jay opponent at 1218 here at Rogers Center. Aaron Judge dominates at the plate. On the mound, Garrett Cole was next to flawless.
Oh, he was just spectacular here. Fastballs up and sliders away to righties. Fastballs in and curveballs down to lefties. Sneaking in that cutter when he needed to. First pitch strikes to 22 of 28 batters. The hardest hit balls were 102 and 103. Matt Chapman and Bo Bichette to deep center field into an outfielder's glove. Blue Jays did not hit anything else well. They tried to counter Cole's aggressiveness with aggressiveness of their own on first pitch. Ultimately, they ended up making a gang of outs. And through the first 18 innings of this series, the Blue Jays have 0 runs on 5 hits, 4 of them singles. They have not scored since the 8th inning on Sunday. This is something that will need to change in a hurry, or things are going to get awfully precarious in this wild card race.
Blue Jays will look for their stopper tomorrow night, 7 o'clock across the network, 7 o'clock Eastern, 7:07 first pitch, and Chris Bassett will have the ball against the Yankees right-hander in Luke Weaver. That does it for this corner of the broadcast. Here tonight, the co-host of At the Letters podcast is Arden Zwelling. We thank him for his contributions. He's back tomorrow to close out this 3-game series against the New York Yankees. Back in baseball control, Show Ali. Special thanks to Drew Adams and Tom Young. And getting to know Jeff and Tom tonight, our Sportsnet broadcast auction winners, courtesy and supporting the Jays Care Foundation. For everybody, I'm Ben Wagner. We thank you for listening to this edition of Blue Jays Baseball. Your final score, Yankees 6, Blue Jays nothing. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of Rogers Blue Jays Baseball Partnership and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of Rogers Blue Jays Baseball Partnership or the Sportsnet Radio Network. All right, maybe the offense is in your phone calls. Can you find it there? We'll find out. Dial them up, because it's Jeff Blair and Kevin Barker and you with this edition of Blue Jays Talk.
You know, Kevin Barker, when Garrett Cole gets his Cy Young Award, I mean, do you think he might want to give the Jays a shout-out? I mean, he's basically owned them this year. Now, I'm not saying that he wouldn't win the Cy Young Award without games against the Blue Jays, but, I mean, my goodness, he's certainly used games against the Blue Jays this season to bolster his statistical his statistics towards the Cy Young Award. I mean, he was dominant again tonight. There was nothing going on for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty easy too, right? It was, the key to pitching, at least elite guys are, throw strike one, it was 22, 29. Throw a bunch of strikes, it was 105 pitches, 72 strikes. Like, it was, he's in a rocking chair. It's glove side, it's fastball. He wants to go up with 2 strikes, he goes up with 2 strikes. He wants to throw a breaking ball away to a lefty to either get a easy out or get ahead of a lefty. That's what he does, right? You can work both sides of the plate. You can be a little unpredictable. It's sequencing, and it's taking the sting out of the bat, and that's exactly what he did. If you had any doubt if he's going to win the Cy Young, I think that's erased.
28 2/3 innings against the Blue Jays this year. He's allowed 1 earned run.
Ouch.
So the Jays, after tonight's 6-0 loss, have now lost the first 2 games of this 3-game series against the New York Yankees. They're holding the wild card spot, becoming more and more precarious. Again, as has been the case, and I imagine as will be the case for the rest of the season. We'll keep an eye on the out-of-town scoreboard. Hopefully, I guess if you're a Jays fan, hopefully you'll get some help from on the out-of-town scoreboard. 416-870-0590, star 590, 1-888-666-0590, the numbers to call. 6-0 the Blue Jays have lost to the New York Yankees. Jose Barrios was okay. Not great. Aaron Judge had a couple of home runs, which is kind of what Aaron Judge generally does, Kevin, when he's at the Rogers Center. The second home run off of Trevor Richards. Trevor Richards threw him what? 4 changeups in a row. It's his best pitch.
Yeah, it is.
And it doesn't get hit that often. Do you have any issue with the way he approached it?
Look, I mean, would you like to see him throw 4 in? Probably not. I mean, the closer that changeup is to you, the more and the better chance you have of timing that up mechanically. I mean, you could argue Aaron Judge is the best hitter in baseball. I mean, he's the best hitter walking. When he's healthy enough to be able to get it in the zone quick enough, use the leverage that he has. I mean, he took a 2-seamer line drive over the right field fence. He pulled a changeup. I mean, that's hitting 101, right? Take the fastball the other way, pull the off-speed pitch. It's like, I mean, it's just, it looks simple, and we talk about this a lot with the phone booth, right? Everything's happening inside the phone booth, and it's rare that you see him take a weird, off-balance swing, and when you are as comfortable as he is at the plate, I tried to walk him. When, you try to walk him, it puts a lot of pressure on the pitcher, the guy standing on the mound, to make the perfect pitch to the guy that's behind him. I mean, he creates havoc. Like, it's just when he's walking, when he's standing on the on-deck circle, everybody's thinking about what they're supposed to be doing. Like, what do I do, Coach? Where do I go? How do I stand? Like, where do I throw this? And when you do that, you think too much. You throw 4 pitches and you leave one over the middle of the plate, and he hammers the thing. That's what the best hitter in baseball does.
What were you doing on September 27th, 2016, Kevin Barker?
I'm sure I was with you somewhere.
I don't know about that. Has it been that long?
It's been a long
September
time.
27th, 2016. 2016 was the last year the Yankees did not make the playoffs. September 27th, 2016, in a game against the Jays, there were 2 dugout clearing incidents, and one of them, Joaquin Benoit, who'd been really good for the Blue Jays after being acquired on a trade. He had an ERA of 0.38 and 23 2/3 innings. He was 2-0, had 1 save. He was a valuable part of the bullpen. He tore his calf running out of the bullpen in that dugout clearing incident. Devin Travis, I should say. Devin Travis injured his shoulder in one of the altercations as well. Of course, Joaquin Benoit would have been nice to have him in 2016, but it remains to be seen whether or not this loss tonight, the Toronto Blue Jays, has as much of or this loss tonight to the Yankees weighs as much in the Toronto Blue Jays postseason aspirations as that particular one did. I can't say we're surprised with what we saw tonight.
No.
From Garrett Cole. You talked about it, glove side.
Everything.
Glove side, everything.
That's what it is, right?
Everything was great.
Yeah, it's cutter away, it's fastball away, it's an occasional fastball up. Right, when he's toying with you, he can sprinkle in some breaking balls early in counts. He can throw the changeup basically when he wants to, but it's the command glove side. When it's elite like it was tonight and all year, I mean, he's not giving up any home runs. He's throwing strike one a lot, like over 67%. That's a lot. League average is around 60%. Like, that's a lot of strike ones, and when you're getting ahead that way against some elite hitters, it gives you a better chance to be more efficient and go 105 pitches through 9 innings. And the worrisome part of this is how big the separation is between the Jays lineup and good pitching. You notice that?
Yeah.
Like, it's not hard.
Well, and
sometimes for good pitchers
you're not
to work
see,
through the Jays lineup, and for me, that's a little worse.
Yeah, I mean, look, did Garrett Cole look like he was working tonight?
No.
Did he? Do you look like he was? Did he have to throw hard? I don't think so. I mean, it didn't look to me. It looked to me like he was barely breaking a sweat out there. And you got Luke Weaver tomorrow night. Newsflash: you're going to get more Garrett Coles than Luke Weaver in the playoffs. If you make the playoffs, you're going to get more guys like Garrett Cole. You're going to get everybody's best in that particular situation. And this is presuming the Jays do end up going to the playoffs, which I think they probably still will. But presuming they do, the memory of this of the way Garrett Cole went at them. Understanding Garrett Cole is really good, but the memory of the way Garrett Cole went at them is really going to linger. I mean, they were, I wouldn't even say they were overmatched, Kevin. They were never in the game.
Yeah,
they just were never in the game.
I mean, he gave him pitches to hit. Look, I'm not standing in the box, and the people that I've talked to that have faced Garrett in the last couple of years say, for whatever reason, the fastball plays up. I mean, I know he throws 99 miles an hour, but it has good spin to it, and it looks like it's riding through the strike zone, and that's what the elite guys do. And we saw some pitches that were missed, some change-ups he left a little thigh high. We saw one to Vladdy, and we saw, I think, one to Kiermaier earlier. That was the fastball down the middle. Like, we saw some balls that you would think, man, they should be hammering those, and they're not. And that's why I said the separation between good pitching and the lineup, The pitching for the Blue Jays is going to take them as far as they're going to go in the playoffs. It's for me anyway. It's that simple.
Luke and Oshawa, you're on Blue Jays Talk.
Hey, gents, how's it going?
Going well. I mean, all things considered.
Yeah, all things considered. I want to preface this by saying that I'm confident the Jays will make the playoffs, and I'm confident that we're going to go on a run here. But what I need an answer on is, how can we explain the approach to Judge tonight? Like, who decided to pitch to him? He's the best hitter in baseball right now. The rest of their lineup's terrible. Is that the Khakis' decision? Is that on Schneider? Or is that just the pitchers not listening when they're going through the meetings in the morning? I'd like you to shed some light on that, please.
Gabo?
Well, I mean, the first inning, his first at bat, he punched out, right? That's a good one. You get the first guy out in front of him, you attack him the way you're supposed to attack him. What was it? His second at bat was in
DJ LeMahieu walked in the fourth.
Yeah, the four pitch walk, right? That's what you're trying to do. You try and control traffic around him. So if you want to go after him, it makes it a little easier that, right, you're trying to make the perfect pitch. If you don't, you can walk him. It's a runner on first base with one out. You don't do that. You have to sort of attack him, and that's when you leave a two-seamer middle of the way thigh high, and he line drives a homer into right field. Look, it was a decent pitch. That's his first home run was a decent pitch. The Trevor Richards at bat, that's his best pitch, right? Do I like 4 change-ups in a row middle in to the best hitter on earth? Probably not. But, again, this is – you got game plans going in. We've seen that the last time they played the Yankees, John Snyder's not going to let him beat them. But there's only so many times because of the way the pitching's been that you're basically telling them dudes, hey, basically we think you can't get him out. I mean, that's a tough take, right? So I think there's a fine line there you got to play, and you got to make good pitches. And when you don't, look, the sinker middle of the way, it's a good pitch. That's just a dude having a good approach, thinking, right, he's not going to throw me in early in a count. He might throw me away. I'm going to look for something on the plate for a strike, get it up. If I got a nice pass, take my A swing. I don't have to pull the ball to have success. And this, for me, is more about the hitter than it is the pitching. He does this to a ton of pitchers.
If you're interested, by the way, because we've talked about offense in this ballpark, Aaron Judge certainly doesn't seem to have an issue with the Rogers Center. New dimensions, old dimensions. He's homered 7 times in his last 6 games at the Rogers Center. He's got a 2.062 OPS. In 106 games against Toronto, he's got 34 homers. He's got 70 RBIs. That's the second most against a single team. Of course, the Baltimore Orioles, 39 and 85. He owns the Orioles as well. But, Aaron Judge he's awfully good, and he's really, really, really awfully good against the Blue Jays.
Yeah, I didn't answer the question. It's John Snyder that will tell them one way or the other, either to walk him. I mean, he's not going to say pitch to him.
No, I think
he'll
caller,
just say
I think
he'll
the caller,
say hold up the 4 fingers.
Well, the caller was also asking about the game planning, like when you go over who's involved.
Yeah, his first homer, that's a good pitch. His second homer, the pitcher on the mound got beat with his best pitch. Do you like 4 in a row? Probably not, but it's his best pitch.
Yep.
I mean, it's just an elite offensive player. That's the top end. You ain't going to see no better. So sometimes you got to tip your hat to that guy.
Daryl and Whitby, you're on Blue Jays Talk.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Doing okay.
At what point, I'm tired of this. All the Blue Jays are facing good pitching, and they're making excuses for them. I mean, come on. You got good hitters there, too. Pick your poison. I mean, you're going into the playoffs. You're not going to be playing against rookie ball pitching, so they're going to have to get their act together soon, or they're going to find themselves out very easy.
It's possible they're not that good. Do you ever think that their hitters aren't as good as Garrett Cole?
Well, I mean, no, but still, I mean, yeah, Garrett Cole, but I mean, you got guys in the big leagues. You got to be able to hit that kind of pitch, right?
Yeah.
They did it before.
That's fair.
Well, they haven't actually hit him very hard this year.
They were crushing him.
All I'm saying is Garrett Cole. All I'm saying is Garrett Cole is better than the Blue Jays lineup right now. I mean, we know that the Blue Jays lineup's not very good. That's been the issue all year.
The other thing all year too,
that I wanted to get into is, I mean, you got good hitters on the Blue Jays, and they've seemed to be off all year, inconsistent. Like, at what point does the hitting coach come into play here? I mean,
well, we've talked.
Something's got to change.
3 months ago.
Yeah, Daryl, we've talked about the hitting
It's
coach.
a great question.
We talked about a hitting coach on this show and on Blair and Barker all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, we just have. We've talked about the hitting coach, the hitting philosophy, the hitting strategy. I mean, thanks for the call. Whatever you want to call it. They're not changing it now. I'm pretty certain about that. You know, we've been told all along to trust the process.
Yeah.
And that,
we have that.
Eventually all that good work will be the results of that, the fruits of that good work of adhering to the process will be that this team looks like a decent offensive team. I haven't seen it so far. And it's September 27th. And Daryl's absolutely right. You're going to see more Garrett Coles if you do go to the playoffs.
Not Garrett Coles.
Okay, pardon me, Tyler Glass. You're seeing everybody's best.
There you go.
You know, I mean, I'll tell you, I've seen enough of this team. I'm glad they're opening on the road if they do make the playoffs.
Oh, no question.
I'd almost rather punt home games and play all my playoff games on the road. These guys can't hit in this ballpark for whatever the reason. I don't pretend to know what that is.
It's a challenge. Look, they have obvious holes. I mean, I guess the one guy who doesn't is Bo because of the inside-out swing and the quick bat that he has. I mean, his holes are smaller than other guys. But there's obvious. You could go 1 through 9, other than the 2-hole hitter. 1 through 9 or 1 through 8, they have obvious holes. And you could say their name out loud and name what the hole is. And if we know it, I'm sure a decent pitcher, doesn't have to be a great pitcher, right? And the fastball up, let's be honest, has been a kryptonite for the entire lineup almost, other than Bo. And maybe Vladdy. Vladdy likes the ball up, too, because he's got the flat swing. But for the most part, the guys that matter don't like the ball up, and that's an issue. And for whatever reason, they just hadn't been able to correct that.
I had a coach, a visiting coach, not a manager, visiting coach last year tell me before the playoffs that the Blue Jays lineup was the easiest lineup to game plan for that they found all year. Easiest lineup. Spent less time talking about it than any other lineup. And I've got to think that this year's lineup, they're probably not wasting a great deal of time talking about it either, because this year's lineup isn't as good as last year's lineup. Gil in Toronto, you're on Blue Jays Talk.
Hey, Kevin, Jeff, a pleasure. First time, long time. You guys do great work.
Thank you.
I listen
Welcome.
to every show and every repetitive call about the hitting coaches and Schneider's for managerial calls, etc. I just want to comment on something broader and hopefully more optimistic. I was never a sports fan growing up. I was a dork. I was a reader. I participated too much in middle school theater. But I really feel like I gravitated toward baseball around the 2015 season, obviously a famous season, because of the narrative of that year. And then I got hooked for life because of the inherent narrative that you can project onto a team, and it's a long grind season. Now you perceive 162 games, who your heroes and your losers are. It's like a never-ending soap opera with a new story arc every year, new characters, some returning cast members, etc. The narrative of this team this year is that they're flat, they're lost, they can't hit, and yet they're in it. And the Yankees are not. And they march forward, and they're still in it with 5 games left in the season. The Yankees are totally out, and they're going to get the Cy Young, and they deserve it. Cole deserves it. But the Blue Jays are going to, in my opinion, going to make the playoffs, not the Yankees. And the last 2 games are part of the narrative of the whole season, that they suddenly stop hitting, and they can't see the ball. But getting shut out twice just for some reason feels optimistic to me for the next few games, where I think they're just going to – I think they might win the last 4 games of the season. And I know that's optimistic again, but I really feel like they're going to make the playoffs. I like these kind of back and forth. Go Jays, go Jays, go Jays. Thanks so much, guys. Loveless.
when everybody